Bryce with the OH Report here in Municipal Stadium in Danville, Ohio. We've got a great game for you tonight in a rivalry week. It is Danville Blue Devils taking on the East Knox Bulldogs. The Blue Devils looking for a perfect season, their first outright conference championship in school history. The Bulldogs looking to avenge their loss last year and fighting for home field advantage going into the playoffs. We've got a great one coming for you. A treat with us tonight, Payton Vanderkooi, former coach and player at Otterbein University, on color commentary tonight. We've got a good one for you. Pregame show coming up next.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience. An icon is returning to the heart of Apple Valley. The Pub, Kitchen, and Tap is back, and we do game day differently, offering a brand new patio, all new bar with a wide variety on tap, and plenty of big screen TVs to ensure you never miss the big play. Our menu has a diverse selection of both food and drink, so there will always be plenty for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you want to catch the big game or just enjoy a night out with the family, the Pub, Kitchen, and Tap has something for everyone.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Mazza's restaurant in Mount Vernon offers Italian classics perfected for generations. Featuring house specialties enjoyed since the family opened its doors in 1939. Headlined by the famous Mazza salad, along with all new flavors and convenient features, like our Neapolitan-style pizzas and easy online ordering for both pickup and delivery. Visit Mazzas.com for weekly specials and make Mazza's your choice for a dining experience over 70 years in the making.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Bryce with the OH Report here with Payton Vanderkooi on color commentary. We've got Brandon Powell braving the elements for us out in the rain. It's a rainy and dreary one here, but we're playing football. No better night for it. It just adds another layer to this dramatic story. Danville Blue Devils 9-0 on the season, looking for their first outright conference championship in school history, but the East Knox Bulldogs looking to avenge their loss last year, the first one in several years. They want to go to 7-3 on the season, which will give them home field advantage going into the playoffs. Again, with me, I have Payton Vanderkooi on color commentary. Payton, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Excited for this matchup tonight.
Very good. Very happy to have you. And, you talked about, the elements. The damage was already done with the rain earlier. How does that factor into today's play?
Ball security. That's the number one thing right now is ball security. And, if you turn the ball over, you're going to lose this game. And I feel like that's going to be one of the biggest factors in this game. We're going to see probably two teams that are going to run the ball probably 90% of the time tonight. And it's really going to come down to the O-line and D-line and what push they can get and footing and all that fun stuff. But definitely an exciting matchup in this monsoon that we have here.
Sound football is what we're looking for tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at the team spotlight for the East Knox Bulldogs. This season, they're passing 77 for 145, 53% completion, just over 1,000 yards at 1,007, 11 passing touchdowns, and 8 INTs rushing this season. They have 322 carries, 48 rushing yards, and 21 rushing touchdowns led by Blake Elliott. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the player spotlight. 142 carries, 1099 rushing yards, 14 rushing touchdowns, and 113 tackles on defense. It's Blake Elliott. Payton, what do you like about this guy?
This kid does it all. The biggest thing is he's one of the best running backs in this conference. And, what I'm looking forward to see tonight is his linebacker play, actually. I think that's going to be the difference here. And he's going to have all of those 113 tackles because let me tell you, this Danville team runs hard, and there's going to be a lot of inside runs probably right at him, so I expect him to step up and make some plays tonight. You see him here running off the power here. Nice hard runner. Breaks a lot of tackles. Downhill runner. Has some elusiveness to him. Great vision inside the hole. And I expect him to do big things tonight.
Another look, just going one-on-one with the outside runner. Let's take a look at the keys to victory. Payton, what are your keys to victory tonight?
Number one would be ball security. I know this says stress the pass. Good thing I'm not a meteorologist because last night I checked the weather and I thought the rain would be out by game time. So it's going to be tough to pass the ball tonight. So ball security is number one key here in protecting the football. And then secure tackling. This Danville team, they have a lot of great athletes on the offensive side of the ball that run hard. They break a lot of tackles. It's 11 hats to the ball at all times tonight. It's not going to take one person to bring down these Danville players, so I expect a big emphasis on getting your hats to the ball, getting some tackles, but maybe some strips at the same time. So I think these are the keys for East Knox to do.
So proactively looking for those turnovers, looking to get ahead in the ball game on that front. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Danville Blue Devils team spotlight. Danville 83 for 132, an impressive 63% completion rate, 1,177 passing yards so far, 16 passing touchdowns, and they have been so great in terms of keeping possession of that ball. Only 4 INTs rushing. They've got 314 carries, 2,600 rushing yards for 41 rushing touchdowns. Very impressive on the offensive side of things. Let's take a look at the player spotlight. We've got Cole Delaughder, the senior, 142 carries, 1086 rushing yards, and 18 rushing touchdowns. What do you see out of Cole, Payton?
Cole does it all. Obviously, we got to see it live last week, but this kid catches passes for touchdowns. He runs hard, as you see here, running people over. He's also a great blocker on the perimeter, and he fits their offense perfectly. I mean, obviously, he's one of their focal points on their offense, but he can also be a decoy at the same time if needed. So, but I expect this kid to have a big game tonight. Former East Knox Bulldog, and I expect him to get a lot of carries in this rain. And if he can take care of the football and hold on to the football, I think he has a big night.
And really a battle of the two styles. You talked a little bit about the elusiveness of Elliott, kind of the hard nose, put your head down, and the aggressive running style of Cole Delaughder, looking for that contact, looking to break tackles. It'll be interesting to see how they match up.
Two of the best running backs in the conference here. This is going to be an exciting matchup.
Now let's take a look at Payton's keys to victory for the Danville Blue Devils.
We talked about this last week. 14 penalties last week for 140 yards. That's what can't happen tonight for Danville, especially in these conditions, because field position is going to be huge here. So if you get backed up in your own zone and try to punt away, the punt's not going very far. So if they can clean up their penalties, and this is huge also because this is a rivalry game. Things are going to get heated, things are going to get chippy. It's important that you keep the level head in this game, and I assume Danville will fix the problem that they had last week. Then we have disciplined defense here. What I mean by this is East Knox runs a lot of RPOs, run pass options. If you try to do too much, they'll throw a slant right behind you. If you try to go out there and guard the pass, they'll just hand it off. So you got to be disciplined in what you do, and just do your job. Don't do too much tonight. Do your job, and you'll get the dub.
Danville on senior night making their way onto the field. Air horns on both sides.
Man, look at this monster.
And it is pouring down. Forecast says should wrap up sometime within the 8 o'clock hour, but still, that's a lot to play a football game through.
The balls are already going to be wet. You know, we're not in the NFL here where you get a new ball every single play. Hopefully the ball boys on the sidelines, usually elementary kids or something, are keeping the balls clean down there as best as they can. But, again, this kickoff right here is going to be interesting, right? If there's any turnover in any situation, like I said, the field position battle is going to be huge in this matchup because we're going to see a lot of run the ball. I mean, it's going to be really, really hard to pass the ball in this monsoon that we have right now. Maybe it'll clear up in the second half where we'll see some more passes, but exciting matchup we have.
And getting ready for opening kickoff, Will Jensen getting ready to kick things away. And we are underway. It's a low kick, got a hand on it. Received around the 25-yard line, looking for some footing, pushes forward, breaks a couple tackles, brought down around the 39-yard line, and that's where the Blue Devils will begin this drive. Take a look at the offensive starters: Walker Weckesser, Cole Delaughder, Wesley Norris, Josh Byers Jr., Breyer Boshart, Gavin Lepley, Kendall Carter, Greg Wilson, Blake Colopy, Wyatt Nisley, and Caleb Lucas.
Great return there to get to the 40-yard line. Like I said, field position is going to be huge in this matchup, and that was a great return there. Got a little bunch here out of shotgun. Michael counter power here.
Weckesser with a man to his left, hands it off to Delaughder. Delaughder looking outside.
Oh,
fumble ball on the ground. Looks like recovered by Breyer Boshart. Jumped right on top of it.
Yeah, so they just run a little pin pull action, a little power action here. Pull the guard. 2 hands on the ball tonight. That's going to be my emphasis. That was a great hit by the safety coming down and making a play. Almost had the ball. Like I said, ball security. You got to have 2 hands on it at all times tonight.
A quick look at those defensive starters: Breyer, Householder, Devin Garrett, Alex Dolby, Shane Gardner, Blake Elliott, Aaron White, Derek Field, Will Jensen, Brayson Davis, Jackson Lester, and Caden Wingard. Now with 2 wide receivers to his left, a fake handoff to Delaughder, looks across, slips out of his hands. Nate Stevens, the intended receiver.
Yeah, so you're going to see here East Knox stacking the box, which I expect. It's raining. It's hard to throw. Danville runs a counter action here, RPO. 2 pullers. He decides to pull, which is the right read. You got to focus on the ball in the rain here. This is as a receiver here. It's you're making sure you catch the ball first before you get upfield more than anything in this game right now. And he tried to get upfield before he secured the catch. Secure the catch before anything.
And now with Delaughder on his right, 2 wide receivers to his left. Boshart in motion, hands it off to Delaughder, met right at the line, breaks a tackle on the spin, picks up maybe a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th down.
Talk about 11 hats to the ball here. As you see right here, Delaughder breaks the first tackle, but second man, number 10, jumps on the pile here. So that was a huge stop by East Knox right there, setting the tone, packing the box up, setting the tone to start off the night. Let's see what this East Knox special teams can do here.
And Blake Elliott on the tackle, so already making an impact against Cole Delaughder. He likely knew that was going to be his biggest matchup. And this one drops around the 30, rolls to about the 25, 26 where it's picked up. And the Bulldogs will begin there. 10 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in this first quarter. If and when the rain does slow down, we will get that camera clock back on, but for the sake of our equipment right now, we're unable to. Now Jackson Lester with Elliott on his left, 2 wide receivers, hands it off to Elliott, runs to the outside part of that pile, maybe a pickup of a yard or 2.
Yeah, so you're going to see an 8-man box here.
Quick look at the offensive starters. Jackson Lester, Blake Elliott, Aaron White, Brayson Davis, Caden Wingard, Briar Householder, Derek Field, Alex Dolby, Devin Garrett, Lane Lashley, and Payton Finch.
Saw an 8-man box there. Stacking the box. We should expect 8-man box here again. Looks like we got somewhat of a bare front. A shade to the strong side by the nose.
Now the snap, hands it off to Elliott again, but slips and falls down, taken down, I believe, for a loss. I think that's there. There's a flag on the play, though. There is a flag towards where that tackle took place.
Yeah, so East Knox likes to run to the boundary, the short side of the field a lot, and I expect to see that tonight. Okay, so we have an illegal low. It's on the defense, so you're not allowed to take the pulling guard's legs out anymore like you used to. It's kind of like offensively, you can't chop block either. So that's where that penalty was on that play, and that's a huge penalty. It moves the chains. We talk about field position all the time here. That's a big play for East Knox.
Let's take a look at the defensive starters. Walker Weckesser, Cole Delaughder, Jacob Hackman, Aiden Mickley, Briar Bosart, Caleb Lucas, Wyatt Nisley, Josh Byers Jr., Blake Colopy, Kendall Carter, and Wesley Payne. Now with 2 wide receivers to his left, he looks to pass, drops back, takes another look, rolls out to his right, hit as he throws, out of bounds, incomplete.
Had a little trouble with the snap there, obviously because of the rain, and you know, he makes a smart play, throws it away. Like I said, you don't want to turn the ball over here. It's going to be tough to pass the ball deep here tonight. I expect more quick game out of East Knox, quick decisions. They're stacking the box, 8-man in the box. They might throw this bubble down here to the slot receiver here soon. Safety's playing about 10 yards off of them. Outside linebackers on the line and almost a bare front here. So let's see if they can throw a quick pass to the outside. I think you can still complete your bubbles, your quick slants and things like that, and let your receivers work in the open space.
And they've been successful in using those receivers, both Caden Wingard and Brayson Davis combining for about 50 catches.
So we got an offsides call here, which is interesting because they usually don't call that till after the snap. But penalties, right? 2 penalties right here on this drive by Danville's defense to help move the ball for the East Knox Bulldogs.
Now a little bit of an advantage, 2nd and 5, ball on the 46. 9:25 left in the first quarter. Lester looking to take it himself, but just slips right along that 45-yard line, maybe falls another 2 yards forward.
This was a great play call here. Had the edge seal, quarterback outside zone action, and he just needs to stay over his feet. You can't overextend in this weather. You got to stay under your torso and be able to cut like that because you know where you're going before the defense does. So this is the advantage in the rain too, is because you know what you're going to do, but you got to keep your feet under. You can't overextend. You're going to slip.
Very tough to stay upright in these weather. Kind of have to sacrifice some speed. This time hands it off to Elliott. Tries to spin out of that big scrum there, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and about 2 or 3, and both teams really struggling to gain yardage early on in this game.
Yeah, so East Knox ran pin pull there, which means the tight end to the boundary side is going to pin the end. You're going to pull the guard outside, trying to get a little outside run in because they're stacking the box. But 2 great stops by both these defenses, and this is what I expected. This is going to be a battle between the O-line and D-line, and who can get the push and who can break some tackles.
Now the punt, Briar Bosart back. It's a good line drive punt that's going to roll towards the goal line and stop just short of the 5, right around the 7, I believe that's down. So poor field position is where the Blue Devils will begin, but they'll try to reignite after a slow first drive. It resulted in a 4-and-out.
That was a huge punt for East Knox. We talk about the field position battle here inside the 5-yard line. I mean, you can't ask for a better punt. Special teams is huge in this scenario too, right? The kickoffs, the punts, good operations. You know, we might see a couple bobbled long snaps here or there tonight, but that was a huge punt for the East Knox Bulldogs. Let's see if they can capitalize here.
Now Weckesser with 2 wide receivers wide to his right, a man behind him. The snap, hands it off to Delaughder, I believe. Delaughder trips over that line, picks up a couple.
Yeah, so they use an insert here, a little ISO action, it looks like, with the tight end to try to take the outside backer. Nice hard run there by Delaughder. That's 4 yards there. That's efficient. We talk about efficiency, right? Trying to get 4 yards on first down, half of it on second, and then that puts you in 3rd and short.
So a good pickup there to put them in that position. 7:30 and running. Puts Boshart in motion.
Little orbit motion.
A snap, hands it off to, no, takes it himself, continuing to push. They thought Delaughder might have had it. Big pickup of a first down and more.
Yeah, so they run orbit motion here. So he's going to act like he's going in jet motion and go back around the quarterback, which is orbit motion. Nicely up here. This is a little counter action, a little cute counter action here. Fake it to Delaughder. And Weckeser makes a great play. Weckeser's huge. We've said it all last week. I mean, we said his name so many times last week, but the duo in this backfield is tough to stop. And, I mean, hats off to Danville's O-line, too, at the same time.
Well, especially, you know, at this lower level, you don't really find quarterbacks that are throwing a 64% completion rate in high school.
No, he's a smart player, knows where to go with the ball.
And Delaughder runs right into the scrum, brought down right around the line of scrimmage, maybe a pickup of 1.
East Knox got great penetration there to stop his head of steam for Delaughder. And that's what you got to do. You got to disrupt this gap scheme that they run inside. You can't get Delaughder a head of steam. We've seen what he can do with the head of steam, and that's break a lot of tackles.
And 6:30 and running left in the first quarter. Danville gathering their thoughts. 12 left on the play clock as they make their way back to the line of scrimmage. Delaughder out lining up as a wide receiver. Weckeser alone in the backfield. The snap, Weckeser rolls out, looks like he's taking it himself, and jukes a little bit of dancing, brought down by about 4 Bulldogs, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Danville tries to go a little quarterback outside power here. Delaughder does a good job setting the edge, but like we talked about pregame, 11 hats to the ball here. You see East Knox flow to it, gang tackle. So the first person is going to try to get the tackle, right? The second person coming in is trying to strip the football here. And that's just a great play by the defense. That's great coaching, too, at the same time, because that's what you work on in practice, too, especially in games like this. Is first person wraps him up, second person is going for the football, and hopefully you can get that turnover. Delaughder kept on the ball there, and now we have a huge third down here.
And now with Delaughder behind him, man out to his right, the snap, hands it off. Delaughder slips through a hole, spins, and falls right around the 32.
Yeah, so they ran counter here, a little reverse pivot out of it. Good kick-out block by this first pulling. I want to say it's the first pulling guard. Yeah, first pulling guard has a good kick-out block. Nice little pancake block here by the offensive lineman. Good hard run by Delaughder. All you're asking for is to move the chains in these scenarios, right? The big plays will come eventually, but in conditions like this, you just got to keep moving the chains, slowly work yourself down the field, and you got to end up with points at the end of the drive.
And both teams seemingly being patient so far, trying to pick up those first downs. Now with 3 wide receivers wide to his right, Weckeser snaps, throws it out to the hook.
Oh, what a play.
And just wrapped up and brought down. A bit of extracurricular at the end of that play.
Yeah, so they throw a now screen out here because East Knox is stacking the box, but the outside receiver down here just doesn't get a block on the corner. Corner makes a great tackle in the open space, and that's what you like to see about your corners. Your corners sometimes aren't your best tacklers on your team, but they're going to they have to make a lot of tackles in the open space, right? And that's what the cornerback did right there. And
Jackson Lester and Kendall Carpenter at the end of it. And now the snap. Weckeser looking to take it himself, following Delaughder on the block. A healthy pickup, and now this offense starting to come to life. A flag at the end of the play.
Yeah, what a great play call here by a little outside zone action on the outside. Great blocking on the perimeter. Weckeser runs hard, gets a nice gain. It looks like we have a face mask penalty on East Knox, so it's going to move the chains some more. Oh, that's
personal foul.
I mean, that's a 25-yard play right there, right? You got the 10 yards on the run, plus an extra 15 on the personal foul face mask penalty. Danville does a great job sealing the edge here. This is important on your quarterback outside zones. Setting the edge, great perimeter blocking, and a nice hard run by Weckeser. And now we have Danville and East Knox, better half of the field.
And again, that offense starting to come to life.
They're taking advantage of East Knox stacking the box here, right? It's hard to throw it out, but you can run jet sweeps. You can run quarterback outside zones to help loosen that box up a little bit.
And now 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Looks to throw. Josh Byers Jr., the intended receiver, incomplete.
Yeah, so they run an RPO here, a run-pass option. So they're running counter back to the boundary here, all right? And the quarterback, it's just a numbers game. He wants to throw the bubble. It's the right read because the safety's playing 10 yards off. Obviously, this outside receiver down here needs to get his block. He just needs to get it down. You have to be able to complete those small bubble throws in rain conditions like this because, again, that's like an outside run. The whole RPO system is like an outside run. Get the ball out, just a quick bubble, catch it, and get upfield.
Now with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first quarter, 2nd and 10, ball on the 43. Weckeser back to pass, a little flip to Delaughder. It's complete. Delaughder has room, picks up the first down, and even more, just puts his head down and smashes into the safety. And safety is slow to get up, trying to see who that is.
What a play call here. Dialed up the screen pass. We saw them do this last week. Once you get too aggressive defensively, that's when you throw in the screen pass here. Nice catch, nice run by Delaughder.
Is that 16 or 18?
16.
16. Josh Keith, the senior cornerback, was able to make the stop, but took a brunt of a huge hit.
Just an excellent play call by this Danville offensive staff. We've seen them get creative in their play calling in past weeks and like to set up a lot of different plays, and they call plays at the right timing. That's a perfectly dialed up screen pass when East Knox is bringing some heat.
Very much so. 1st and 10, a handoff on the sweep. Briar Boshart just slips behind Delaughder trying to follow the blocker. Feet got out from under him.
Bryce Davis here actually does a great job setting the edge and coming up. The corner over here to the field. It looks like he was going to get outflank him to the outside, but he ends up setting the edge, taking the Delaughder on right there. He's a little low there, but you like to see your corner, getting in the mess, right? We talk about corners again. They're not the most physical guys sometimes, but we're seeing Bryce Davis be a little physical here, and then that's what you got to have when you're, especially in conditions like this. So
perhaps
hats off to him.
Perhaps that can be, the goal behind this tackling is to stop that momentum. And there's a fumble in the backfield. Weckeser just falls on top of it. A big loss.
Looks like they had a pass concept set up deep here, but in conditions like this, just a snap over his head. He does the smart thing, though, right? Actually, it wasn't that bad of a snap. Just went through his hands. But the smart thing is just to dive on the ball, right? You don't want to, in conditions like these, you don't want to try to pick it up and try to run because the ball's slippery and everything like that. So just dive on it, take your medicine. Let's move on.
Now 3rd and 22, 2:15 and running in the first quarter. Ball on the Bulldog 35-yard line. Weckeser alone in the backfield. The snap looks to pass. A little dump pass again, once again to Cole Delaughder. Pickup of about 5.
So why that screen pass didn't work is East Knox did not bring the heat that time. They rushed 3 guys there, all right? And it's hard to complete screen passes when only 3 guys come because that means the linebackers are sitting there and expecting the screen pass and different things like that. So good play by East Knox there. Again, you talk about 11 hats to the ball, and there were 3 people there on the tackle, and that's what you like to see as a defense coordinator.
Now 4th and
this is interesting
18.
here. Man, I would almost
Delaughder in the Wildcat.
I would think about almost punting here, with the odds of you actually getting this in the rain like this.
4th and 18, the snap, a reverse to Weckeser, runs right into 2 defenders trying to stay on his feet, but just gang tackled by about 4 or 5 Bulldogs. Will stop the 4th down conversion. And so risky, interesting play there to get the reverse, putting Delaughder in that Wildcat. We've seen that so much this season, but then again giving it back to Weckeser. What do you think about that?
I don't know. You're at 4th and 25, 4th and 20 in the rain like this. Field position battle's huge. Even if you put it in the end zone, the ball comes out to the 20-yard line. Now they got the ball at the 27-yard line, which is almost another first down off of that 20. Again, I probably would have punted there in conditions like these just to try to help pin them inside the 10-yard line because, again, the field position battle is huge in this aspect. But You know, you deal with it, you move on, next play mentality.
Great point. 1:14 left in the first quarter. The snap, Lester takes it right up the middle himself, slips through the linebackers, and a healthy pickup of about 6 or 7, it looks like.
Yeah, so they run Q counter here. We're going to fake it's Blake Elliott here, try to get the linebackers to flow towards that. Couple pulling guards up, and Jax Lester makes a great run, and now we're at 2nd and short here. I expect a lot of decoys between Elliott and Delaughder, just trying to move those linebackers back and forth, because, again, the footing's not so great here. All right, so East Knox does this. It's called look at me, right? They're going to get to the line. They have a hard count, try to get them to jump, okay? They don't have a play call initially, all right? Hard count, nobody jumps. They'll look over to the sidelines. The offense coordinator will see what the defense is in, and then he'll call the play.
And gets very close to the end of that play clock, a run right up the middle, close to that first down marker, and they do call it a first down, a pickup of about 2.
Yeah, so they like you to do this look at me concept a lot, where you try to get them to jump off sides. If they do jump on the first hard count, you're just throwing a deep ball to the right or left fade route. It's kind of a free play mentality there. But it's we used to do this in college sometimes, just to see what the defense is in, because then as a play caller, you're like, okay, we got leverage on this side, or this is the look we're getting, so we're going to run this type of play. So that's kind of why you do that look at me method right there. Now, again, there's a catch-22 to this.
The end of the first quarter and 0-0 score. This rivalry is proving to be as storied of a game as we were hoping for. We'll take a quick break and come back to you watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Mazza's restaurant in Mount Vernon offers Italian classics perfected for generations. Featuring house specialties enjoyed since the family opened its doors in 1939. Headlined by the famous Mazza salad, along with all new flavors and convenient features, like our Neapolitan-style pizzas and easy online ordering for both pickup and delivery. Visit Mazza.
Bryce Coder, Payton Vanderkooi with the OH Report, joining you back live. Snap from Jackson Lester. Tries to take it himself. Wrapped up, I believe, in the backfield for a loss.
Yeah, so they try to run Q counter there. Back away again. That's the run they had a couple plays earlier with Lester, and it just didn't work out. Dan was prepared for it. So we talked about the look at me concept, right? And obviously we talked about the positive, but the negatives is the play clock, right? If it takes you a while to get the play call in, you can second guess yourself sometimes as a play caller. So you're really fighting the play clock on that look at me method, and you better have a play call in your head already dialed up. By the time you look at it, it's a fumble.
And a big scrum, everyone jumping on top. Danville thinks they have it. But East Knox recovering it.
Looked like a bad snap.
So we'll see.
Third down play here.
Clock still running.
You don't want to. You got to play smart in this aspect. Can't turn the ball over here. Play smart. You got to take something underneath and take it. Take your medicine, but you got to win this field position battle.
Now with 2 wide receivers wide to his right, looks to pass. Throw over the middle is blocked at the line of scrimmage. Dakota Ricketts breaking it up at the line. Is going to bring up 4th and 13 now.
Yeah, they try to run a double slant concept here, and he tries to fit the needle in. But Danville does a good job getting their hands in the passing lane. I'll tell you what, the first turnover is going to be the huge, momentum aspect in this game. Is the first turnover could change the whole aspect of this game.
Now the snap, the punt. Boshart back to receive it, but it just stops right at the 35. It's recovered, picked up. That's where the Blue Devils will begin. They got close to that red zone, eventually coming to 4th and 18, deciding to go for it. Didn't work out for them, but you know, we did see a little bit of life on the last drive.
Yeah, we did, and obviously we saw Delaughder with the long screen pass there. There's a face mask penalty on East Knox, and you know, no harm done on going for it on 4th down. Like I said, it's a next play mentality. It is what it is. You move on from it. Have the ball on their own 35-yard line here. Let's see if they can put some things together. You got to string drives together, right? That's the biggest thing, is you can't have negative plays. They had the snap over the head the last drive. It kind of killed the drive. So let's see if they can string together some positive plays here.
Weckesser with guys on either side of him, 2 wide receivers wide to the right, hands it off inside, wrapped up, pickup of a couple. Aiden Burke, the runner, number 22.
They had 2 backs back there. Just run a power play here. Get what you can get. East Knox is doing a good job, and Danville too, both defensively. Their front 7 there is clogging up the lanes right there. I mean, we got a bare front here. There's 8 people in the box. You're running cover 0 on the back end by East Knox, which means man coverage.
Now rolling out to his right, looks to pass.
Oh!
And almost intercepted. Couldn't keep his hands on it.
So they just run a little Florida concept over here, 5-yard out and a goal on the outside. He was open. He just missed him. I mean, obviously the ball's wet. Throws it behind. I think it was that Boshart. Throws it behind Boshart. Would have been huge for the safety to be able to make that play. You know, that safety's playing 10 yards off right there. He did a good job driving down on the 5-yard out. They're just in man coverage, though. So
did that throw seem a bit off to you, the grip there? It looked like he was kind of heaving it.
It has to be, and we saw Weckesser last week throw some really good balls. So the weather's obviously affecting this game a tremendous amount.
And the handoff to Delaughder. Delaughder puts his head down, wrapped up around the ankles, picks up about 3. Will bring up 4th and 4. 9:38 in running in the second quarter.
Yeah, just run simple power there. Simple play, trying to get what you can get. Just tough to throw the ball in these conditions.
Now to punt once again, still a 0-0 score. A tough-fought game so far. Boshart to punt. Davis to receive. The snap, it's low, but he fields it. A high kick into the air, end over end on the ground. Around the 33 is where they will recover it, and that's where the Bulldogs will begin their drive. Hopefully looking for something, for a little bit more success. Only 1 first down so far for them in this game.
You know, they rely a lot on the run, and obviously in conditions like these, and I've said it when Danville had the ball. I mean, these O-lines and D-lines and linebackers are just, they're going at every play, and there's just no openings. I mean, the success we have seen is Danville running outside of the box, getting outside. So let's see if East Knox can dial up something where they can kind of get outside the box to be able to get some yardage, because inside is just stopped right now.
Now Lester, the snap, looking to pass, rolls out to his left. A high throw, caught by his fingertips for a pickup of a couple. That's Bryson Davis on the reception, his 37th of the year.
Yeah, so this isn't a run-pass option here. They're running quarterback outside power. They're going to pull a guard. They have a lead up right there. If that outside backer comes from the slot, like you just saw there, the quarterback's just going to dink it over top of him, like you saw there. If the outside linebacker stays over top the slot, quarterback's just going to run. And that's where we talked about staying disciplined on the defensive end for Danville. East Knox runs a lot of run-pass options. You got to just be able to do your job and expect everybody around you to do their job at the same time.
Now 2nd and 7, rolls out to his left, going to take it himself, busts through the line, picks up maybe 1 or 2 more.
So you're seeing East Knox now trying to get outside the box a little bit, right? Everything outside the tackle. They run that power again. Just trying to get some good kick-out blocks and trying to get outside the box, because, like I said, anything inside the tackles right now is just it's bottled up. So, you know, you're trying to catch a seam on the outside, and hopefully you can catch one and get a big gain or something like that.
Blake Colopy slow to get up. I'm sorry. I believe Lane Lashley was slow to get up on that last play.
Well, look at me here. Okay, offense coordinator just got it, signaling in. Looks like they're going off a wristband here too.
5 on the play clock. Down to 2, the snap. Elliott takes it, running out to his right.
What a tackle.
Ooh. The slash. Josh Byers Jr. on the tackle. Going to bring up 4th down.
Tell you what, a great play by Josh Byers here. Coming in, gets the legs there. Gotta watch the after, though. That's you got to keep your head right. We talk about it, and luckily it didn't get called right there. Usually the refs do end up calling that. So great play by him on the defensive end. You just got to be a little smarter on after the play.
Now Briar Householder kicking away to Briar Boshart.
But East Knox tried to get outside there. It was a great fill by the linebacker, and he just read his keys and made the tackle.
Now the snap, it's a line drive. Boshart takes it low. He is going to take it, crossing the 40-yard line, puts his head down, takes it all the way to the 46. And
it's nobody realizes how important it is to catch the ball on the punt, right? Boshart does a great job feeling the punt here. If that ball would have hit the ground, it probably would have rolled 5 to 10 yards back, and that's a first down. I mean, we've been seeing them get the ball on, their 30-yard line and different things like that. With him catching that punt, now they have the ball on the 46-yard line. That's how important in games like these it is to field punts like that. Try to get 5 yards is a lot in this game right now, and we obviously have seen that. So big on Briar Boshart to even just catch the punt there, save some field position. Again, let's see if Danville can string a bunch of positive plays together little by little and get the first score of the game.
Lucas in motion twice. Delaughder on his right. 2 wide receivers wide to his right. Looks to pass. Steps up in the pocket. A throw over the middle to Nate Stevens. Out of reach for him. Out of reach by about 1.5 feet.
Yeah, they try to get a post over the top here. Tough, man, in the rain. Weckeser does a good job stepping up in the pocket. It's just hard to deliver a ball, though. In this kind of conditions, the ball is wet, and it's a low percentage throw in these conditions. Last week it was great. We saw him hit a lot of those throws last week, but it was perfect weather last week. Conditions like these, we got to focus on hitting those 5-yard routes, right? Just trying to hit him, let your guy do what he does, and try to make him miss and go from there. But the shot was there. It's just hard to complete in these conditions.
Very much so. The snap, hands it off to Delaughder, slips over top of Elliott, down around the 50-yard line, a pickup of about 4, brings up 3rd and about 5.
Yeah, so they run stop motion up to the top here. They send him, he stops to run a bubble, little RPO action, then they run counter. Guard does a good job kicking out the defensive end here, and the wing does a good job leaning on the backer, and that's where you get you a 5-yard gain. Now you're at 3rd and 5 here.
So ball on the 50, threatening to break into Bulldog territory. The crowd getting into this one. Weckeser alone in the backfield.
Cover 0.
The snap rolls out to his right, looks to pass.
He's got a guy.
A deep ball, completion, making his way all the way down. Guy on his back, brought down right around the 1-yard line. I believe it's just short of the goal line. Caden Wingard on the reception.
Yeah, so what a play here. East Knox is in cover 0. They run a little sprint out action here. Do a great job of sealing the edge here. Caleb Lucas does. They're just running a Florida concept, 2 outs on the 5-yard outs on the inside, and they snuck the go route. So what's happened is, we've seen Bryce and Davis be physical on the run, right? So they actually caught him because they thought Weckeser was going to run on the outside. He got caught. They sent the go route over the top, put it on him. Great 2-handed catch, though, by the receiver there to make sure he caught the ball first. And look at this. Biggest play of the game right there.
Carson Proper on the reception and a timeout. So a huge pickup from Weckeser to Carson Proper breathes life into this crowd and into this game. Still a 0-0 score, but you would say, Danville probably getting the better of this one so far, you would think.
Yeah, they got to take advantage of this big gain right here. What was important in that throw was Weckeser put it on him, right? You don't exactly want to lead your receiver too much so his hands are left out there in these conditions. So Weckeser did a good job of just putting the ball on him. And a nice 2-handed catch, nice focus on the ball there by the receiver and getting them to where they are. So definitely have to take advantage of this because this 7 points could be the only 7 points of the game, and conditions like we've seen right now. There's 5:44 left, and this is the first time we've seen anybody threaten the red zone, right?
Right.
Side.
The closest we've seen so far is the 28-yard line. Carson Proper, I was impressed with his ability to fight there at the end towards that goal line. I mean, he picked up an extra 8 yards by himself.
It is, and as a coach, you'd like to see him score. Watch for fullback dive here.
And now a handoff. Weckesser takes it, runs straight into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. Walker Weckesser straight into the end zone, following the lead of Cole Delaughder and Briar Boshart.
Yeah, so they actually put Boshart in at quarterback there, which is interesting, and hand the ball to Weckesser. Nice little switch up off of that. Looks like they might just run a little bit of power there. Great lead blocking by Delaughder. And the other running back, good hard run by Weckesser, and now here we are, 6-0 ball game. Here you go, see it again. Nice reverse pivot out. Good lead-up blocks by everybody. Delaughder didn't even touch a soul there. He doesn't need to. He was that wide open. It was a great play call by Danville offensively, and set up by that long.
And the same look as the last play. Perhaps they'll just do it again.
Yeah, so this is
the snap, handoff to Weckesser, more contact at the line of scrimmage. They're going to say no good, just short. So Danville leading this one 6-0 over the East Knox Bulldogs. 5:40 left in the second quarter. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Mazza's restaurant in Mount Vernon offers Italian classics perfected for generations. Featuring house specialties enjoyed since the family opened its doors in 1939. Headlined by the famous Mazza salad, along with all new flavors and convenient features, like our Neapolitan-style pizzas and easy online ordering for both pickup and delivery. Visit Mazzas.com for weekly specials and make Mazza's your choice for a dining experience over 70 years in the making.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Bryce Carter with the OH Report with Payton Vanderkooi on color commentary tonight. We just witnessed a Walker Weckesser 1-yard touchdown run following the lead of Briar Boshart and Cole Delaughder. But before that, a huge completion from Walker Weckesser to Carson Proper, a pickup of about 40, put them in the position to score.
Watch the onside here.
Now a deep kick, and it looked like they were showing it, received by Davis. Davis jukes around, speedy fella, makes it across the 30, brought down on the 33-yard line.
You know what's interesting that last drive, the 2 goal line plays, is so Danville got in the Maryland eye. And what I mean by the Maryland eye is you have your quarterback, your fullback, another fullback, and then your running back all lined up behind each other. I have not seen Danville do that this year, which is a nice little switch up, but it gets those extra blockers in there. And, you really don't see anybody run the Maryland eye anymore, especially in college. It's more of a spread game and everything, so it's nice to see them bring it out in conditions like this and it work out for them.
So an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, it is.
Now Lester with Elliott on his right. The snap, looks to pass, throws over the middle. Davis on the completion, brought down over the middle, right around the 47-yard line. So now some progress from the Bulldogs. Perhaps this offense coming to life. The crowd is still very much to life.
Great throw, great catch there. Brayson Davis with the catch. Actually caught it with his hands, which is surprising, too, in conditions like this. Has a lot of faith in his hands. This kid's a player. We talked about he obviously got beat the last drive, but we've seen him make some key tackles tonight. And if he can continue to make key catches like that, this is going to open up that East Knox offense.
And it's rare to really have a wide receiver duo like Wingard and Davis combining for over 700 yards together. The snap, looking out to his right, a quick throw, low, wrapped up on, but incomplete.
Yeah, they sniffed out the screen pass there, Danville did.
I think perhaps telegraphing it a little bit, making it a little bit too obvious that that's the side they're looking for when they've got all the receivers on the right.
You can tell, too, that East Knox wanted to go back to the pass because that's what they just completed. And they got in their tempo, they got in their look at me. But Danville was just disciplined enough to be able to sniff that screen out. And, if East Knox is able to, complete those RPOs on the outside, it's going to take people out of the box. I mean, we've got Weckesser out of the box now because Bryson Davis made that play.
And Lester looking to take it himself, but smashed in the backfield around the 40-yard line, a loss of 6. Caleb Lucas on the stop in the backfield. It looked like a run that just got out of hand.
Yeah, they do a great job reading their keys, defensive player. I like this Caleb Lucas. He wrecks a lot of havoc in the backfield as a defensive end here. I mean, we saw it last week in firsthand, and now tonight makes a big play right there.
Caleb Lucas, junior, 6'3", 215 pounds, making his presence known in the backfield. Now it's the wide receivers on his left. Lester snaps, rolls out, looks to pass, hit as he throws. It's a low throw, incomplete, brings up 4th down, 4th and about 14.
So they try to run a sprint out flood concept here. So the outside receiver is going to run an inside 9, a skinny post. Brayson Davis, the slot's going to run like a 10-yard out. Then you have your flat route underneath. So sometimes you read this high to low, low to high. Depends on the coaching staff here. But they get great pressure off the sprint out, and he's unable to complete the ball to Brayson Davis there. See a lot of flood concepts. It's a basic concept in high school football. You see a lot of colleges use it too. There's different varieties you can do to make it work also. But with a little pressure in your face in these conditions, hard to complete those passes.
Now Breyer to punt to Breyer. The snap. Punt is up. It's another line drive receive.
Oh.
Breyer has trouble with it, able to pick it up, shakes one tackler, breaks another, tackled right around the 40-yard line, so they will begin on their own 40, able to put up a touchdown on the last drive, see if they're able to match that effort once again on this one.
Yeah, so great stop there by Danville's defense after the score, and now they get the ball almost exactly where they started the last drive also. Got 3:59 here. You know, would be nice to put the ball in the end zone here. Get up by 2 scores going into halftime. But
and still, if you're able to do that, you're probably able to melt away a lot of the clock left in this half.
Yeah.
The snap, handoff to Delaughder. Delaughder just brought down right at that line.
Yeah, so they try to run fake Q counter here. They're trying to get the linebackers to go with the pullers here. Sometimes the linebackers read the pullers. Sometimes they read the running back on the back end. So they actually we call it a false pull. So they false pulled to the left to try to get the linebackers moved over and sneak Delaughder into the right. Didn't work out for him that time.
You're getting a look at just how muddy this field is. These were clean white jerseys for the East Knox Bulldogs when we started this game. Now it looks like they're almost camo jerseys, just caked in mud a quarter and a half through. Weckeser with 3 wide receivers wide to his right. The snap alone in the backfield, but takes it himself, following a couple blockers, puts his head down, picks up about 5 yards.
Yeah, so they run Q power here. You know, spread everybody out to the right. They're trying to clean the box up a little bit. Quarterback's just reading this puller, have an insert wing right there also, and a nice – I mean, that's all you can ask for is a 4-yard gain, right? I mean, and now it's 3rd and 6. You can do a lot of different things. You can run the ball. You can throw some short passes, you know, and different things like that. So we'll see what Danville does here. This is an important part of the game here. You know, can't be a big stop for East Knox here to try to get the ball back before half, or Danville can move the chains here and get some momentum to try to put some more points on the board. So we talk about the middle 8, right? The last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. If you can win the middle 8, you're going to win a lot of ball games. So, and that's what we're in right here, under 4 minutes.
Now a timeout by Danville will stop things.
Yeah, so call a timeout. You're trying to get the right play call in. You know, you line your guys up there. You might see something you like. But like I said, this is a huge possession of the ball game right now. And with 2:26 left, and it's important that Danville does get a first down here, you know, and try to move the chains, because you really don't want to give the ball back to East Knox. Again, in a situation like this with how the conditions are, you know, long snapping. When we saw a muff punt right there just a little bit ago, you know, being able to get that long snap back, the punter catching the ball on 4th down. You know, there's just different factors in this that you don't really want to be able to be put in that position. You want to be in control majority of the game, you know, possession-wise. And
I mean, 20 minutes during halftime, that's only more time for the condition of this field to deteriorate. I mean, it's already wreaking havoc on this game. It's wreaking havoc on our cameras, unfortunately. Let's see what they come out in here. Now Delaughder on his right, only one wide receiver out to his right. The handoff, no, looks to throw. Weckesser rolls out to his right, throws it over to the middle. Breyer, Boshart
No, good defense.
drops it at the last minute. Looks like he had the completion, but just knocked out. A great play defensively.
Yeah, it was a great play by Will Jensen. So what Danville does here, they try to run the sprint out. So it's kind of like the play they ran earlier where they got the over-the-top shot. You had go route on the outside, fire it out from the slot, but they wanted to hit the backside drag. So you're going to see Weckesser pull up, hit the backside drag, but Will Jensen does a good job staying in the hip pocket of Bryce Boshart, getting that right hand in to knock it down. Huge stop for East Knox here.
4th and 6, ball on the 45. The snap, the punt is high. Davis just lets it drop. Danville touches it right around the 34-yard line. So the Bulldogs will begin on their own 34.
Good operations there on the punt between the snap and the catch. You know, you don't want to have any issues like that, like I said earlier. Now here we got East Knox with the ball with 2 minutes left. If you're East Knox, man, you got to score. We got a penalty here. It's on the far sideline on East Knox. Maybe a holding call. Face mask. Oh, wow. Now that is a huge play. We talked about the penalties, right? That's the second personal foul penalty on Danville this game, and it's going to put East Knox in great field position to try and score here. Wasn't a return, though, is the thing, and that was the previous play on the pass there. But on the punt, it was on the far side, so I'm going to say a gunner on the far side, and probably one of the guys blocking the gunner probably got into it, and the gunner probably grabbed his face mask. So great field position for East Knox here.
Now the snap, Lester tries to take it himself, runs into those linebackers, and they push him back. Should give him forward progress of a few yards.
Yeah, they run quarterback outside power again. Lester getting up a little slow there, took a shot there. Great fill by the linebacker, though. Reading their keys, being disciplined on the back end. Not giving them much offensively.
So 2nd and 7. Bulldogs crossing into Blue Devil territory.
Minute 30 left here. Yeah, man, I'm trying to score points somehow here. It's hard in these conditions, but with this field position, you got to put some sort of points on them.
Bulldogs with all their timeouts left. Oh, my gosh, look at those jerseys. And they will burn them. So now Blue Devils with 1 timeout and the Bulldogs with 2 timeouts. Blue Devils leading this one 6-0 after they attempted to go for 2. No dice on the attempt.
That's an interesting timeout there. You know, you don't want to give Danville the ball back, but you also just killed a bunch of time off the clock when you could have called timeout 20 seconds earlier to try and get your play in, because now you're fighting against time with 1:19 left. You only have 1 timeout, correct? Is that what you said? So, obviously you're going to call a timeout to try to get the best play call in, but now you're fighting time at the same time with 1 timeout. So we'll see what happens here, but you definitely don't want to give the ball back to Danville at the same time. So we'll see if East Knox can capitalize off this field position.
A lot of cameramen watching. Tons of camera experts.
We are working to.
Let's see if they try to get Bryce and Davis the ball out here in the slot. Try to sneak them in somewhere.
Now the snap. Looks to pass, rolling out to his left, takes it himself, runs out of bounds.
Yeah, so they try to run that flood concept again. They roll him out to the left. He had the go route on the outside actually open, but it's so hard in conditions like this to flip your shoulders and be able to throw that. I would have probably rolled him out to the right so he's on his throwing shoulder side to be able to get that deep ball. Kind of like you saw Danville do earlier. Roll him out to his throwing shoulder side. It's easier to be able to complete those longer passes. If he's on his right side, he might be able to complete that longer pass because it was open, but it's so hard to flip your shoulders in these conditions and make that throw.
Now the snap, takes it again himself, right at the line of scrimmage, just hammered by Bryce Boshart.
If I was Danville, I'd call timeout right now. And the reason I would call timeout is It's 4th and 5, obviously, right? It looks like they're going to go for it. You get a stop here, one big play away from switching field position. Now you're going to get the ball with less time.
Clock is running, 40
yeah,
seconds
they're just trying
left.
to kill. They're waiting. They might call timeout here. Yeah, so East Knox going to call timeout. They're going to kill the clock, 32 seconds. They're probably going to punt the ball away. But here's my thing on this, right, why I would call timeout, okay? 4th and 5, okay? They're probably not going for it in these conditions, but also in these conditions, they still have to snap the ball, right? Whether that's a long snap back, whether it's a shotgun snap back. And it's the opportunity for a turnover to happen. And you burn that timeout, you have, let's say, 50 seconds left on the clock. They snap it over the punter's head. Now you got the ball on their 35, 30-yard line. Now, if they end up good operations, kick the ball deep, and your field position, there's no harm done. You take a knee on it, you go into halftime. So that's kind of my thinking on that aspect of it is call timeout. You never know what's going to happen, with the snap or operations, anything like that offensively. And maybe they do go for it here, and they don't get it. And you have the ball on the 45-yard line now, but you only have 30 seconds left instead of the 50 seconds to a minute you would have had if you would have burned the timeout. So that's my perspective on that.
We are actively working to improve the camera situation. We're actively wiping the lens as things go on. The snap looked to pass. Deep throw. Bryson Davis on the reception. He's on the way into the end zone. Bulldogs tied up 6-6.
What a play. A double post concept over the top.
Bryson Davis with his 8th touchdown reception of the year.
Talk about a big play. Great throw by Jackson Lester there. Bryson Davis with the catch. I was expecting them to get him involved sometime on this drive, and they run a double post concept over the top. He ends up beating the safety, and, this throw was on the money by Jackson Lester in these field conditions. So we've seen 2 long ball throws now. In conditions like this, that's hard to do. That's a huge play for East Knox. They can take the lead here going into halftime. And we talk about winning the middle 8. They're going to be up 6-0, 7-0 in the middle 8. Starting off the second half, so huge play by East Knox there. Changed momentum of everything.
Will Jensen lining to kick up the PAT that will give them the lead over the Blue Devils if it's successful. 22 seconds left in the second quarter. The snap, the kick is up.
Nope.
It's off the bottom crossbar, incomplete, still a tie ball game going into kickoff.
Man, what a throw, what a catch by the duo there.
And just doinks off right the middle crossbar.
They run a double post concept, which is just a quarters, we call it a cover 4 beater, all right? So you're just trying to beat the corner on the outside, beat the safety over top of you. Bryson Davis just wins with speed off his post route. And I'm impressed with the throw by Jackson Lester. Kid's only a sophomore, and that was a heck of a throw made by him there in conditions like these, because he hit him on the run too. And that's why Bryson Davis scored. Great catch by Bryson Davis, too, in these conditions. Great focus on the ball, but great play call there by East Knox. We haven't really seen them extend the field too much, and that's the first time they've really tried to throw it deep, and it worked out for them.
In a thrilling contest so far, seemingly out of nowhere, the Bulldogs answer for the earlier touchdown and tie things up. 22 seconds left, so about to go into halftime, should be tied up unless we see some heroics happen with the time left.
Yeah, so you got to keep everything in front of you. If you're here, East Knox, Danville, same thing. You don't want a turnover to happen. Dive on the ball. You're going to take a knee on and go into halftime 6-6. That's the best case scenario for both teams right now.
The kick is up. Boshart receives it. Looking for his blocker group, brought down right around the 27-yard line. 16 seconds left in the second quarter. We'll give you a quick update. A relevant score. Northmore is leading Loudonville 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. That result is relevant to the standings of this game currently.
Man, the momentum has definitely shifted. You can feel it here too. Big play like that. Nobody was expecting that. And that's a big play by East Knox. Great play call by the play caller to see that. And, great set of operations. They're going to take a knee on here, going to halftime 6-6. We've got a 0-0 ball game coming out.
Wekesser under center. The snap takes the knee. Clock continues to run. Both sides making their way back to their respective locker rooms as time expires. The score is tied 6-6. Bulldogs tying things up in the dying seconds of the second quarter. We've got the marching band show, halftime stats, analysis, and more through halftime, so please stay with us for more action.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience. An icon is returning to the heart of Apple Valley. The Pub, Kitchen, and Tap is back, and we do game day differently, offering a brand new patio, all new bar with a wide variety on tap, and plenty of big screen TVs to ensure you never miss the big play. Our menu has a diverse selection of both food and drink, so there will always be plenty for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you want to catch the big game or just enjoy a night out with the family, the Pub, Kitchen, and Tap has something for everyone.
No, I'm good.
Our second piece, released back in 1971, this song focused on John's piano playing and acoustic guitar. The lyrics simply speak of love. We hope you enjoy Your Song, featuring soloist Colin Baxter. Released in 1983, this song was another collaboration for Elton John and Bernie Taupin. With an upbeat tempo and in-your-face lyrics, this song is bound to pump you up. We hope you enjoy our closer, I'm Still Standing. Give it up for the East Knox Marching Bulldogs. We would like to thank the East Knox Board of Education, the East Knox Band Boosters, and our school for all their continued support. We also like to thank our sponsors, Knox Community Hospital, Ellis Brothers, Park National Bank, DFW Post 4027, Boy Scout Troop 344, and Josh Bell with Howard Youth League. And a final thank you to our community for all your support. Go Bulldogs!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Under the direction of Mr. Andrew Gazio, we are proud to present the Danville Marching Blue Devils. Would you like to see something strange? For our senior show of 2023, come with us and you'll see this is Halloween. Our senior night this year, the senior class chose music and wrote the drill for this performance tonight. The Blue Devil Band is proud to feature our senior color guard members, Olivia Kepper, Barry Mentel, Felicia Wetland, and Madison Wynn. In this performance from the popular video game soundtrack, here is Five Nights at Freddy's. Thank you for their dedication and commitment to this program. Their leadership has taken away from many great things. Now, featuring Hannah Bader and Billy King, who send shivers down your spine, here is Spooky Scary Skeleton.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience. An icon is returning to the heart of Apple Valley. The Pub, Kitchen, and Tap is back, and we do game day differently. Offering a brand new patio, all new bar with a wide variety on tap, and plenty of big screen TVs to ensure you never miss the big play. Our menu has a diverse selection of both food and drink, so there will always be plenty for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you want to catch the big game or just enjoy a night out with the family, the Pub, Kitchen, and Tap has something for everyone.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Mazza's restaurant in Mount Vernon offers Italian classics perfected for generations. Featuring house specialties enjoyed since the family opened its doors in 1939. Headlined by the famous Mazza salad, along with all new flavors and convenient features, like our Neapolitan-style pizzas and easy online ordering for both pickup and delivery. Visit Mazzas.com for weekly specials and make Mazza's your choice for a dining experience over 70 years in the making.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
Bryce Coder with the OH Report with the Bottleneck Bar and Grill halftime show here with Payton Vanderkooi on color commentary. So far, 6-6, the Danville Blue Devils, East Knox Bulldogs tied in the Devil Dog battle. So the Blue Devils taking early lead in this one, but the Bulldogs doing a good job fighting back, getting back into this game.
They are a couple big plays by each team there. Obviously, that last one before the half to set up a score was huge for both teams, so to say. So we'll see if they can get off the hot starts here and see which team. You know, ball security is huge in this half, and no turnovers so far, so it's bound to happen. And we talk about, you know, the halftime keys to victory here. I think they need to get the ball to Bryce and Davis some more. He's an athlete. He can catch the football in these kind of conditions. He trusts his hands in these conditions, has done a lot of different things, and continue to 11 hats to the ball on defense. They've done a great job tackling tonight, especially Delaughder and Weckeser, and it's been a lot of gang tackles, so to say. And then we have Danville's key to victory here. Ball security, I know I talked about it, and this is for both teams, but we saw Delaughder fumble early. He got the ball back on the first play of the game. They've muffed a punt, so sure up that. And then the selflessness. We've seen a couple of personal foul penalties that have turned the tides, especially before halftime. We had a personal foul face mask penalty that set up East Knox's score. So it's going to be an exciting matchup for the rest of the game.
And we are underway. A low kick that's muffed, jumped on top of around the 34. Camera quality definitely picking up as well. Able to troubleshoot that at the half. Got some clear sights of it now.
So we talk about the middle eight, right? So in the last 4 minutes of the first half, East Knox is up 6-0. So this first 4 minutes to start this half is going to be important for both teams to effectively win that middle eight and go from there.
Now Lester with Elliott on his right hip, 2 wide receivers wide to his right, tries to take it himself, looking through a hole, runs into a blocker and finds a whole bunch of Blue Devils that bring him to the ground.
Yeah, they run quarterback outside zone here, try to get the edge pinned. They do get the edge pinned. Blake Elliott does a good job blocking, but Delaughder does a good job reading his keys. Just run it to the boundary. It's hard to run it to the short side of the field, but it's hard to get outside in these conditions too at the same time.
Very much so. I was walking to the restroom during halftime, and I was walking at a leisurely pace, and I slipped on the natural grass.
You know, it's crazy. It was a downpour literally 5 minutes ago, and now the rain seems like it's on a sprinkle right now. So
maybe the rain's working on our schedule.
I think it is.
And now the handoff to Elliott. Elliott tries to jump outside, but brought down around that line of scrimmage, going to bring up 3rd down.
You know, here's East Knox trying to run the ball again. They run the pen pull here. Tight end pins the end down, couple pullers. Danville stuffed up the run pretty good tonight. I'd like to see, again, get Davis involved on the outside. Just some short catches, but you saw him go over the top, and I think they can, if they can expand off that passing game that they ended with on the first half, they're going to find success. But, again, we're here at 3rd and 10. Big defense possession here for Danville, too. This would be a huge stop for them.
And with Davis as well, you know, we've been talking a lot about Davis tonight, but Wingard, also the other wide receiver, still 2 receiving touchdowns on the year. Now Lester looking to pass, avoids a sacker, throws it over the top. It's a short throw, incomplete.
Yeah, he got lucky. He ran a smash concept over there to the field, so they have a hitch, a 5-yard hitch, and then Davis was running a corner out. Low play action here, pull a guard over for pass protection. That smash concept, the ball's got to get out quicker. He's got to make a quicker decision. You're either throwing a hitch if there's no flat defender there, or you're throwing the corner over the top. He can't hold on the ball that long, and that's what got pressure in his face. And he made a dangerous throw there. He's lucky that didn't get intercepted. So we got to make smart decisions to start off the half if I'm Jackson Lester right there.
Right, and just short of Wesley Payne, who's turning around to try to make that. It looks like they're going to punt. The punt is up, and it's short around the 45. Fair caught, slid right into that catch, picked him up an extra 2 yards on the slide.
You know, that's a great catch there. Again, we talk about the importance of field position right there. It's very, very important that your punt returners catch the ball so there's no bounce. You know, you don't want to lose 10 yards or even 5 yards in conditions like this. So Mozart's done a good job of being able to field those punts. He had one muff earlier, but it's important. Now they got the ball at the 46-yard line, which is huge field position-wise in this type of ball game.
And now back to the line. The Blue Devils, Weckeser with a man on his left, 2 wide receivers wide left, snaps it, looks to take it himself, following Delaughder, picks up some yards, pickup of about 7 on that one, healthy gain for Walker Weckeser.
Yeah, so they run quarterback outside power here. The tackle does a great job sealing in there, number 60 right there. Blake Elliott takes on 3 people right there. You'd like to see the flow come over a little bit sooner, but a positive gain for Danville Blue Devils right now. Efficient. That's why you want to be efficient on first down. 4 yards on first down puts you in a lot of good spots.
Now 2nd down and 5. Again, that efficiency showing itself, as you're saying. 2 wide receivers wide to his right. The snap, it's a handoff to Delaughder. Delaughder jumps over a tackler short of the first down marker by about a yard, but it is a pickup of about 4.
Yeah, so they run power here. He just slips. I mean, there's a lot of bodies down there. And footing-wise, it's hard to cut right now. So, again, field conditions. I mean, obviously with the downpour at halftime too, and then playing a whole first half on this field with how muddy it is, it's hard to cut right now. So,
yeah,
got to get downhill as soon as possible, less cutting, and get what you can get.
Now a big 3rd down, 3rd and 2. The snap, Weckesser alone, but takes it himself across the first down marker, and more brought down around the 39-yard line in Bulldog territory.
Yeah, Danville's O-line right here does a good job getting a push. You can see it right here. Pushing people backwards. Weckesser gets downhill. Nice hard run. First down. Great start. Great start for the Danville Blue Devils this half. Getting a crucial stop to start it off with, and now in the other team's territory.
Northmore leading Loudonville 28-0 at halftime. Relevant to this game, Weckesser with Delaughder on his left hip puts Lucas in motion. The snap, a handoff once again to Delaughder. Brought down, but not before a pickup of about 4.
Yeah, they just run counter here, end up pulling the guard for the kick out, and the wing follows through. Delaughder does a good job following his lead blockers here and getting what he can get. Again, Danville's online. Great push up front here to start the half. Not the push they got in the first half, so they're definitely coming out a little aggressive here, which you'd like to see in conditions like this, and they're moving some bodies around.
Realizing that that's what it's going to take in order to get this yardage, is keeping each other on their feet and pushing each other forward. 2nd and 6.
Power.
The snap, looks to pass, rolls out, steps up in the pocket, a throw, it's short! They say incomplete. Caleb Lucas, the intended receiver, that's close.
Yeah, so they run a 4 verticals concept here. Good pass pro. Weckesser steps up in the pocket. I thought he had his tight end down the seam, though. That was wide open for a touchdown. He had him. Tries to throw the outside go route. Ball slips out of his hands.
It was tough to see with that angle, but I do think he completed it, but they ruled him out of bounds.
Yeah, you'd like to see the ball come out sooner. That's the thing. You'd like the ball to come out sooner in these wet conditions, because the more you wait on it, the ball's not going to go as far. So, again, I thought he has tight end over the seam for a great completion, just missed him.
And now Weckesser rolling out, makes contact, breaks a tackle, tries to jump over the blocker. Delaughder with the run.
Caleb Lucas had a great block here. You can see it on the outside. Great block to Delaughder, man, breaking some tackles like he usually does. And then here comes East Knox with the 11 hands to the ball. I'm going to continue to say it. Huge 4th down play right here, though.
4th and about 5 on the Bulldog 35.
Are they going to punt it? Okay, so decision they made in the first half was to go for it, right? Now it's 4th and 20. They're about on the 35-yard. Well, they're on the 35-yard line here, actually. So now making the decision to win the field position battle here and punting it. Watch out for a fake, though.
And Boshart, the snap. Davis back to receive.
What a punt.
Inside the 5. They're going to begin around the 2-yard line. So a fantastic punt.
That's such a
by
huge
Breyer
play.
Householder.
Such a huge play for Danville, though, to win this field position battle. Okay, you get some first downs to start the drive off. Now you punt them inside the 5-yard line. You get another stop right there. Then you get the ball in great field position. So first half we saw them go for it on 4th and 20 from their 35. Didn't get it, and East Knox ended the ball on the 27-yard line. Now you see them punt it away, and now East Knox is in trouble here from the about 3-yard line, actually. So huge possession right here for East Knox. You'd just like to get some sort of positive yardage, so you're not punting from your end zone, so to say. You'd love some first downs, but you also don't want to punt from your own end zone if you get to it. So huge change of events here.
Great insight, in Boshart pinning them inside the 5. Now Lester, the snap, looks to pass towards the right sideline. Caden Wingard on the reception. The Bulldogs think that he's out of bounds.
Ooh,
it was
good.
close.
Wow.
And they do count it as a catch. A huge pickup from Caden Wingard.
I tell you what, dangerous play call here. Pass pro holds up beautifully here, and this ball was on a spiral over here from Jackson Lester, and what a great catch by the receiver, number 9, Wingard over here, getting Wingard involved. Man, that's a tough throw to make as a sophomore in these conditions. I mean, it was coming our way. Ball was on a spiral. Perfectly put ball. Great catch. Gets them out of that bad spot that they were in. Dangerous play call, but I like it.
Now on the 32-yard line, another deep ball, but runs into the cornerback.
Yeah, so they try to get it to Bryce and Davis there on a slot fade, but I'm liking this right now, right? You're spreading the ball out. You're throwing the ball. Now Danville has to think about you passing the ball. They can't just stick everybody in the box, all right? They got to think about the pass, and once you start completing passes, guess what that does? Opens up the run game for Blake Elliott. So the more they can complete these passes, the more Danville's going to have to focus on stopping these passes. So, like I said, big play out of the break. Huge play call by the OC. I'm a risk taker myself, and that was a huge play. O-line did a great job pass protection-wise, and now here we are.
Bryce and Davis getting a lot of that attention usually, but Caden Wingard just as strong as a wide receiver. Lester looks to take it out himself, gets wrapped up in the backfield, stays on his feet, but a second wave of tackler comes in and brings him down for a loss.
You like to see all the hats on the ball there by Danville, right? We talk about East Knox being able to get 11 hats to the ball. Danville does this right here because he breaks the initial one from Byers, it looks like. Then Delaughder gets him wrapped up, and then 3-4 guys in there. So great stop there by Danville. Great answer, all right? Not what you wanted on the deep pass concept, but now they're in 3rd and 12 right now. So stop the momentum, get a stop here, get the ball back, and do what you do.
And so now 3rd and 13.
Maybe we go to that double post concept they scored on. All right, so
snap looks to pass.
No, they run a flood.
A deep ball. He's got room. It's a bit short. Off his hands. Incomplete.
PI. They got PI.
But there's a flag on the play.
So this is always hard. This is hard on the DB right here. The ball was underthrown. All right. So the DB is running full speed at it. The receiver tries to come back to the ball, and his arm just gets in there way too soon.
And a huge pickup, a huge break for the Bulldogs. The Blue Devil crowd up in arms over that call.
You know, it's tough. The DB's in a bad spot right there. You know, the ball's underthrown. Receiver's coming back to it, and he just gets there a hair too soon. This is a crucial call in this game right here because that's 15 yards, not a spot foul. It should be a spot foul, but we can talk about that for another day. But it's a 15-yard penalty in high school football. So, but again, taking shots deep, they're extending this defense. They run a flood concept over there. So you had to go route by the outside guy, which he took, which he liked. Davis ran a 10-yard out, and then you have a flat route coming from the line of scrimmage. So he decided to take the shot deep. It was open in the first half. They must have seen that from the box earlier and decided to take it there. So big play right there by East Knox. And, again, we talk about penalties too, big penalties on Danville, and let's see if we can get this fixed a little bit.
And converting a 3rd and 13 into a first down. Now the ball on their own 44, but they threaten to cross into Blue Devil territory. Looks to pass. Lester rolls out to his left, crossing the line of scrimmage, brought down a pickup of about 2. Hit hard along that sideline, but gets up right away.
Yeah, so they run a one receiver route concept here, and Danville does a great job defending it. Lester does a good job, though. You know, if nothing's there, you're going to throw the ball away or try to get some yardage. You don't want a negative play. He ends up getting yard. You're at 2nd and 9. That's better than a negative play. So I want to see more route concepts like they've been doing and less of that just one-person routes and going from there. So I like Bryce and Davis in the slot. I think he's an excellent slot receiver. And putting him and Wingard on the same spot, I mean, it gives you 2 weapons over there to use.
Now some motion in the backfield. A pitch to Elliott. A small pickup, perhaps of about 3.
Yeah, they just run quick toss right here. First time we've seen this to Blake Elliott here. Nice, easy pitch. Try to get on the outside. Danville does a good job, though, clogging it up. All right, now we're at 3rd and 6 here. You know, you want to be in third and manageable. 3rd and 6 to 8 is definitely a manageable. And I expect East Knox to throw the ball here, specifically to probably Bryce and Davis in the slot. We'll see what they run here. They ran a smash concept before. They've ran flood concept. They might go back to the flood concept.
The snap low, able to hold on to it, looks to pass, up in the pocket, a deep ball,
Floating.
short, almost intercepted.
Yep.
A late flag comes in.
All right, so what happens here is East Knox goes back to their double post concept. What happens this time is the backside safety actually robs Bryce and Davis.
And pass interference against the offense will back East Knox up.
Yeah, it's a little OPI there. But what happened there is East Knox ran their double post concept that they scored on to end the half, right? What happened was the backside safety robbed the inside post from Bryce and Davis, so it wasn't there. Now, Lester's got to be careful and just chucking that up there and obviously put his receiver in a bad spot and offense pass interference, which is a great call by the official. He's the same guy that made the DPI call. So a little consistency there on both ends, but now it puts East Knox in real bad territory here with that penalty. You never want negative plays, right? Again, you don't want to force anything. Throw it away because now you're at 3rd and forever. Would have been 4th and probably 6. You could possibly go for it. Now that moves you 15 yards back. And again, we're talking about the field position battle. That was crucial.
3rd and 22.
Timeout.
A timeout called by East Knox.
That's again, I would not have called timeout in that scenario because how many 3rd and 25 plays do you have that you're going to get in conditions like this, right? And you know, you're not going to get the right play call for 3rd and 25. So you burned a timeout. In a crucial game like this where it's 6-6, that timeout is you're going to need it eventually later in this game. So, you know, it's tough. I mean, I look to just run a draw or a screen right here just to get some positive yardage out of it and try to flip the field position on the next blunt, but in these conditions right here on 3rd and 20, I mean, not many teams have 3rd and 20 in their playbook, especially in conditions like these. So I may be wrong, though. They might prove me wrong. Jackson Lester's done a great job extending the field.
And we've seen several times on 3rd down and even 3rd down and longer, like 3rd down 13, 3rd down and 17. They have been able to piece something together and convert it into something, but they've been running into roadblocks every single drive.
They have, and obviously they got bailed out with the DPI, the last 3rd down that they had. But yeah, you can't take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Like that's just.
Now looks to pass. Hit as he throws. Incomplete is going to bring up 4th and 20.
And that's where I say you don't take the timeout, right? Now you're at 4th and 20, and you've just wasted the timeout. That's the tough part about it. In better conditions, okay. 3rd and 20, you can at least get half passing the ball. In these conditions right here, that's tough. So I wouldn't have burned the timeout there. But East Knox decided to do that. Now they're at 4th and 20, and it's, again, a next play mentality.
Householder punting to Boshart.
No turnovers yet. Keep that in mind.
And a high kick, a good one. Out of bounds right around the 31-yard line. And you're right, no turnovers so far.
No.
Very clean game. And with these conditions, you would expect. I mean, the Water Boys are literally washing the mud off of the football with the bottle of water that they have. That's how intense these conditions are. The sidelines look like literal slop on the sidelines, but still no turnovers.
No, and that's very, very surprising. That's why keep it in the back of your mind. A turnover is going to happen in this game. It's going to help change the dynamic of this game. It's bound to happen sooner than later.
Gage Spearman commenting on the nice new scoreboard. Yes, we're only using one. We're not using the other one. The other one just has white lights up.
A little empty set to start off. Bringing Delaughder in motion. Okay, a little switch up here.
2 wide receivers wide to his left, 1 to his right. Weckes are following Delaughder. Delaughder lays a heavy block. Pushes, picks up about 5 or 6 yards, so a good pickup following Cole Delaughder. Cole Delaughder, always a mean blocker.
Yeah, they run quarterback outside power here, actually. And again, they're not really running, inside the tackles because East Knox is doing a good job clogging it up in there. So nice to switch it up to a little outside run there. And again, you get 5 yards there. That's more than efficient. Second down's been huge for Danville. They haven't really got much positive yardage on their second downs, which puts them at 3rd and 5, which isn't terrible, but you'd like to be in 3rd and short in conditions like these.
3 wide receivers wide left. Weckesser snaps, hands it off to Delaughder. No, keeps it himself. Weckesser.
11 hats to the ball. I mean, this is East Knox hasn't gone away from it all game. Some good running room here by Weckesser, but again, you like to see all the hats to the football. in conditions like these, with how many tackles that Danville breaks with their runners, this is amazing how this defense from East Knox is actually, playing with a lot of energy and effort to help hold this Danville offense, which we've seen be extremely versatile. I mean, obviously with conditions, but they have a lot of great playmakers, and we saw that last week with Bozhar, Delaughder, Weckeser, Stevens. I mean, they have a lot of weapons, so it's tough to stop them.
Now the snap, Weckeser again taking it himself, following 2 blockers this time. Runs out of bounds, will pick up the first down.
Great blocking by Danville there. The guard pulls here, and you can see it right now. He's busting his butt to get out there. You see it right here to get in front of the quarterback, and Weckeser's just following him. Delaughder doing his job blocking and moving the chains. That's what you want to see. You got to move the chains, man. That's especially in the field position battle like this. You got to get first down, a couple first downs, and if you end up punting away, it's in their possessions. But obviously you want to put points on the board.
Here we are on a first down, ball on their own 47. A handoff to Delaughder. Couple of drop backs close to the 50. Pickup of about 2 will bring up second and about 7.
Yeah, East Knox has done a good job stopping this counter play. So you're pulling your backside guard and backside wing. And East Knox linebackers, which, I mean, one is Blake Elliott, who is really, really good, is doing a great job of reading his keys, filling the hole, and trying to stuff Delaughder right there at the line of scrimmage. Again, we've seen Delaughder get a head of steam. It's hard to tackle him with the head of steam. So you want to try to catch him at that line of scrimmage before he gets that head of steam. And East Knox's linebackers have done a great job doing that.
And Blake Elliott likely over 120 tackles on the season. This is week 10. That's unbelievable. Weckeser alone in the backfield. Snaps, takes it himself, slips a bit, but stays on his feet, makes contact. Pickup of about 2 or 3 on the play.
Yeah, so they just run quarterback outside zone again, which has been successful for them. If I'm a defensive coordinator, though, I'm probably, whenever you see those 3 receivers off in a wing, I'm blitzing to it right now because they're getting kind of predictable offensively when they're trying to run that play. Obviously, it worked out for him there, but if I'm a DC from East Knox, I'm blitzing into that. 3rd and 4 here, huge play.
Now 3rd and 4. It would be a huge stop for the Bulldogs if they could get it. We saw the punting game of the Blue Devils very strong, able to pin the Bulldogs inside their own 2, but quickly work themselves out of that jam. Not able to convert that into points, though. Weckeser with Delaughder beside him. Low snap on the ground in the backfield. He's trying to find some yardage, a jump, and just wrapped up by 4 Bulldogs.
Just a bobbled snap here. They were trying to go back to Q counter, which worked earlier in the drive for him. And, I mean, it just rolls back to him. But in these conditions, that's what happens.
Now the punt team on.
This quarter's flying by. I mean, we got 30 seconds left in this quarter, and I think that was, we've had 2 drives from each team.
Deadlocked at 6. Washing the ball to get the mud off. The punt is high. Brayson Davis calls for a fair catch.
Ooh.
Muffs it, but jumps on top of it. Will keep the possession right around the 20-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will begin.
Again, I do like him catching the ball there, right? I mean, it was a muff, but you like him trying to. That's why you're back there as a punt returner, is to catch the ball. If you let that bounce and go 10 yards, now you're sitting here at 10-yard line. You know, you don't want to be put in those positions. That's another first down that you have to get. So, coaching aspect, love to see him catch the ball there. You know, you're saving me a first down, 5 yards, and especially in a game like this, that's key.
Very much so.
Let's see if East Knox come out passing the ball here. They had success earlier doing it. Obviously hit one guard on that long one on the sidelines, but I think that's what their best bet is. Running the ball, Danville's run defense is legit.
Now, Lester, the snap, looks to pass. It's a short one. Received and picked up a few there.
You know, I like that, though. Even though it's a short pass completion, it is a completion. And that's something that Danville now has to think of, you know, just passing. They can't just focus on the run the entire time.
Great insight there. So we're going to wrap things up in the 3rd quarter. Score still tied at 6-6. Fourth quarter football action. Both sides still bought in and ready to win this football game. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience. An icon is returning to the heart of Apple Valley. The Pub, Kitchen, and Tap is back, and we do game day differently, offering a brand new patio, all new bar with a wide variety on tap, and plenty of big screen TVs to ensure you never miss the big play. Our menu has a diverse selection of both food and drink, so there will always be plenty for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you want to catch the big game or just enjoy a night out with the family, the Pub, Kitchen, and Tap has something for everyone.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Bryce Coder with the OH Report joining you live in the fourth quarter. Tie score at 6-6. A quick throw out to Bryson Davis. We'll see what they decide. It is a reception right along the sideline.
I tell you what, that's a timing route right there. That's good on the quarterback and receiver right now, just timing-wise. They just run a simple curl here. Lester rips the ball in these conditions, and Davis makes a great catch right there. I mean, this combo is a good combo to have. Davis definitely a good athlete, but the timing on that throw is everything. He throws that ball late, the DB's in there to make a play, so.
And I really think it highlights the style difference in the receivers between Danville and the Bulldogs. Quick run up the middle, going nowhere. But we see the speed and the craftiness between Wingard and Davis. But then on the other things, we just see the brute force of guys like Caleb Lucas and guys like Briar Boshart and Josh Byers Jr. pushing the ball upfield, right?
Yeah.
It's really a difference in style.
It is. And I mean, you've seen that this game, but both teams make it work, right? They utilize the skills that they have, and I mean, there's a lot of great athletes on this field right now. I mean, this is top-notch small school football right here between two teams with a lot of great athletes, and that's why it's a 6-6 ball game right now.
Now the snap, a quick pitch to Elliott. Elliott finds a couple of holes, picks up a first down.
Yeah, so the first real true big run for East Knox tonight for about 10 yards right there. Just run toss, and the O-line does a good job getting a push right there. A nice strong run by Elliott, and here we are, moving the chains. 2 first downs right there. That's what you want to do. Let's see if East Knox go back to the pass right here. Putting Davis in the slot, Wingard on the outside, and just let him work over there. Looks like we got a single receiver here. Maybe eventually there's going to be a double move down here by Bryson Davis, whether that's a hitch and go, a stutter and go, or something like that.
Now the snap, another pitch to Elliott, but just blown up in the backfield by Walker Weckesser.
Yeah, this kid can play, man. He's a smart kid. He's a tough kid. Comes off the edge, read it from the start. The pullers couldn't get out there, fast enough to be able to kick Weckesser out, but Weckesser knew that was coming, man. The kid's smart. That comes with film study and everything like that, and that's why he's one of the top players on this Danville squad.
Very much so. On both sides of the ball, really showing that football knowledge or that football smarts.
It is. He's a smart quarterback. He knows where to go with the football. He's patient running the ball, waits for his blocks, but he's also tough at the same time, and, we see that defensively too.
Now with 9 minutes and 50 seconds in running, score still tied at 6. Another handoff to Elliott, jams up right there at that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Danville's D-line does a great job there. Not going to let another 10-yard gain happen. I guarantee you that.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 11, I'm sorry.
They go nickel package here, it looks like, for Danville. Got Delaughder and O-lineman coming out. So we got a nickel package here coming in.
Just trying to keep everything in front of them.
Yeah, you are. You're trying to stop the pass here, right? And something's going to come down here to Davis. So I would double him.
and looks out to Davis, but doesn't find him, tries to roll out himself, looking for some blockers to consolidate.
Oh, what a tackle.
Gets taken down, pickup of about 2, and just nobody open. That brings up 4th down.
Yeah, I'm again, I don't like one receiver routes because if he's taken away, then there's no way to throw the ball to. I'm putting Wingard, Davis on the same side and let them work. I like Davis in the slot a lot, and I like Wingard on the outside. So it gives your quarterbacks options. So I know we saw him get away with it on the curl route right there, but Danville was expecting it. They knew the ball wanted to go to Davis over there. Did a great job stopping that over there, and here we are. East Knox punting the ball away, so a good stop for Danville there.
Now you can see these uniforms getting darker and darker in color with the mud. And the rain is beginning to come back once again. Punt is up. Boshart takes it, slips and slides, looks around. A huge hit.
Was a big hit there.
Another look at that.
It's amazing the operations between the long snapper and the punter by both teams being able to consistently get the snap back there with no problem, so to say. So I am very impressed with that.
Very much so, keeping it in guards, and I still don't think we've seen a turnover so far.
It's coming. Sooner than later, it's coming, okay? It's going to be the changing of the game when it does happen.
Very clean game so far despite the mud. But again, in a game like this, as Payton's saying, you are just waiting for that one mistake that you can capitalize on. Weckesser with 3 wide receivers wide to his right. The snap, takes it himself right up the middle. Following Delaughder, stumbles, stays on his feet, brought down into the backfield for a small loss, I believe.
Yeah, so Danville just runs Q ISO right here. Running back leads up through the hole. Just nothing to go for it, though. Both these teams, Danville does a good job initially off the point of attack O-line-wise, but just East Knox's linebackers they're good, man. They read their keys, they're physical. And, again, 11 hats to the football. You see more than one person making the tackle.
Well, that front 3 as well. Alex Dolby, 6'2", 250.
Yeah, so
Devin Garrett, 6'8", 310. Briar Householder.
You got some big boys, but they've been in the bear front all night, too. So you're bringing the outside linebackers down like they are here, too. Counter.
And finds a hole, jukes around, medium-sized pickup, but he's still going, wrapped up by 2 guys around his waist. Finally brought down across the 50-yard line, a pickup of about 20 yards.
What a run by Walker Weckesser here. Just pure grit and toughness, man. Great kick-out blocks. They run Q counter here, bring the guard across to kick out the end. Wing comes up through. Caleb Lucas gets a good block, and then Weckesser just drags people for 10, 15 yards. We talk about this kid all the time, man, being tough, man, being gritty, and that just shows right here.
I was ready to give up on that play about 3 times.
Crucial point in the game, you give it to your playmakers, and that's what you see right there.
Back to the line, hoping to ride that momentum, but the Bulldogs looking to put a big stop to it. Sends Delaughder out to the line. Weckesser alone in the backfield. Brings Delaughder back across the middle, handoff. Looking towards the outside, one-on-one, and just brought down right around the 40.
I like getting Delaughder the ball that way on the outside. Off a jet sweep, he gets ahead of steam, and he ends up running over this corner over here, linebacker. Again, I mean, we're seeing the toughness right now come out of Danville, right? There's 6 minutes left in this ball game. It's 6-6. Your 2 playmakers are now showing their toughness, their grittiness, and playmaking ability, and that's what you love to see. Playmakers step up when the game is on the line, and that's what you're seeing right here.
Once again, Weckesser alone in the backfield. The jet sweep motion once again.
Counter.
Takes it himself this time. Right into a line of blockers and brought down.
So somebody, blocking-wise, misses a key here because they leave the end unblocked here. So they run the jet sweep, right, was successful. Now you run counter. The wing actually did not pull through. So the wing did not pull through. That's who the second blocker is supposed to be, and you leave a guy unblocked. Now, 3rd and 5 here. One of the biggest plays in the ball game for East Knox's defense. You've given up 2 hard runs to the 2 better playmakers of Danville. How are you going to get a stop with 5 minutes left?
And this would, they are into Bulldog territory, only 22 yards away from the Bulldog red zone. The snap has trouble with it out of his fingers, just falls on top of it. It's going to bring up 4th down and long.
Oh, man, it's just not what you want to see. Again, the field conditions to hurt a drive like that, because even if it gets to 4th and 5 and you get 0 there, you could still go for it.
Walker Weckesser slow to get up. Let's hope that he's just disappointed in himself.
I think that's what it is. Ah, man, that's just tough to see. Danville with a great drive right there, and just the little things like that. I mean, we've seen it all night. Weckesser just doesn't keep his eyes on the ball. You got to have that little extra focus, right? And he was so focused on, he was probably getting the ball there running-wise and seeing the hole and going. Not a good punt.
And a punt outside rolls out around the 31-yard line.
But, again, you just have to have that extra little focus just to get the snap. And we've seen it about 3 or 4 times now with the snap between the center and Weckesser, whether it's rolled back there, whether it's through his hands. And these conditions, fault that. But you can't make excuses, right? It's you got to make those plays. You got to catch the snap and go on from there. So, and I think Weckesser will say the same thing himself. That's what happens with winning teams. They don't have excuses like that. It's I have to make this play, and he knows that. That's why he was so upset. And I expect him to come back and make some plays right here on defense to help this Danville team out. He's going to end up making a big play later down the line. That's going to help.
And inside 5 minutes in the
Danville
4th quarter, puts a man in motion. It's a low snap. Lester tries to take it himself, bounces off a blocker, stays on his feet, pickup of about 5 or 6.
I'll tell you what, both these teams are running a lot of Q counter right now. Both these quarterbacks are running a lot. The ball's in their hands. And do you blame them, though? I mean, both these quarterbacks are legit players. And it's exciting to see, like I said, there's a lot of great athletes on this field right now. More than you'll see in other small school football games between the two.
And now this Danville crowd trying to invigorate a handoff. Elliott inside, trying to fight. Nothing. Forward progress called.
East Knox hasn't expanded the field the past 2 drives, right? We've seen them go deep, complete a couple deep passes. Now they're coming back to this run game right now. Let's see if they go back to Bryce Davis or Wingard on the outside.
Well, as a play caller, those underthrown balls, is that something that gets into your head as a play caller?
It's not, because we've seen them complete those passes, right? To Bryce Davis before half for the touchdown. Hit him on the money. Wingard over here, great throw. So it happens, but I'm not too worried about it as a play caller. Oh, that's a legal shift.
Now, a low snap, a throw brought down in the backfield.
I'll tell you what, that FAR official missed the flag there, because Bryson Davis was
I saw that.
He was not set up top. He tried to get on the line. He wasn't set. The ref didn't throw a flag. East Knox, I mean, obviously Danville got a stop right there, but
and so, at this point in the game, not much production offensively. That turnover we're looking for, could that be the answer for these teams to getting that point that breaks the deadlock?
I think it is. I think it's going to come down to a defense getting a turnover or a big return on special teams here or a block punt. But I think one of these defenses is going to have to cause a turnover to put their offense in good scoring position. Because like we've just seen a battle between literally the 30s this whole half, really. And I do think it takes one of these defenses to cause one of these turnovers to flip the field and put their offense in scoring position.
And to give you a sense of what we're fighting for tonight, a Danville victory would guarantee the first conference championship outright in school history. An East Knox victory would force a 3-way tie between Danville and Northmore and would give them home field advantage going into the playoffs. 2:54 left in the 4th quarter, all tied at 6. Danville taking over the ball.
Weckesser or Delaughder is going to end up making a play on this drive that's going to help set them apart. I'm calling it right now. These two are both so dynamic, such great playmakers, and I'm expecting them to do something big this drive.
Now the snap, Weckesser rolling out right to pass. A deep ball to Nate Stevens. He's got room, but it's dropped! Just dropped out of his fingertips. It would have been all the way for a touchdown.
Oh, man. What? Just a sprint out concept here, a flood concept actually. And he has the deep guy open. Wexler throws a heck of a ball to Nate Stevens, and he just doesn't look it in. Oh, that's so tough, so tough.
Nate Stevens has to be careful there as he's running back to the huddle. He headbutts another player on the Bulldog team, gets away with it, though. No one saw it.
Yeah, now we got to have a next play mentality, right? You got to pick up him. You got to pick up Nate Stevens right now because they're going to need him down the line again.
And this time he's on the outside.
They're going to come back to him, all right? It's your job as leaders to do that.
And he's taking it himself, Weckeser is, but wrapped up in the middle of the field in between the hash marks is just turning into a mud pit at this point.
Householder does a good job here setting the edge, right? I mean, he's the end. He gets him to cut the ball up. Big stop there. No. As a leader, as Weckeser, the Delaughder, man, you got to pick up Stevens right now, right? Big drop, obviously, but you're going to need him the rest of this game, all right? And it's your job as leaders of this team to make sure his headspace is right so that you could come back to him, same play, and he can end up making that play.
Now 3rd and 10, 2 minutes and running. Ball on their own 36-yard line. Need a play here as we enter inside of 2 minutes. The snap. Weckeser looks to pass. Rolls up, steps up in the middle. A deep ball to Nate Stevens, but it's low. An interception by the Bulldogs.
No harm done there, okay? People are going to be like, oh, that's the first turnover of the game. But, again, this is just like a punt, okay? So Weckeser tries to go back to his guy, Stevens. It's wet out. He underthrows him. East Knox does a great job intercepting the ball. But, again, no harm done. The ball's on the 30-yard line for East Knox. It's just like a punt. So no freaking out over it. That's not the turnover we're looking for, right, as a defense. But, you know, Wexler's just trying to throw it up to his guy to make a play and see what happens. Ends up intercepted.
And Will Jensen on the interception. That's his 4th this season. The 6'1 senior.
Watch for a double. I'm expecting a double move by these two receivers here soon.
And now a deep ball towards the sideline.
Oh, my goodness!
Completed from Bryce and Davis.
What a catch, what a throw.
A 60-yard catch.
So they actually run a switch concept up top here. I've been waiting for this all game. I love Bryce and Davis in the slot. They run a switch concept. Davis almost runs an out and up, almost a switch vertical, and this ball is on the money by Lester. What a catch by Davis. I mean, in these conditions right here, an over-the-shoulder catch by Davis, and Lester puts it on the money.
Ball on the Blue Devil 40-yard line. 1:42 left in the 4th quarter. All tied 1st and 10. Lester with Elliott on his left. The snap looks to pass. A quick throw towards the sideline completed. A pickup of about 3.
That's what you like to see, a nice, easy completion right there. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with Lester. This kid's got a lot of ability right now. He's only a sophomore, and him to make throws, crucial throws at that, down the stretch right here. And obviously Brayson Davis, man, coming out, obviously has the big touchdown in the first half and obviously a big catch right there. But I like this Jackson Lester, man. He's going to be a great player for this East Knox team in years to come.
When we were interviewing him for that MVP, he's 3rd in line of a line of quarterbacks at East Knox.
Wow.
Now Lester, quarterback in his blood, puts a man in motion, looks to pass, a throw over the middle, it's low.
Trapped it.
They say incomplete, but would have been intercepted otherwise.
Yeah, so they try to go back to that pass concept they just completed to Davis right there. Danville does a good job staying over top of it at that time. He tries to hit the inside post right there, just a little low, and Delaughder traps it right there.
3rd and 8, a big spot ball on the Blue Devil 38. The energy and the tension in this stadium is palpable.
All right, how are we getting Bryson Davis the ball? Okay, that's the biggest thing as a play caller right now is how am I getting my playmaker the ball right now?
Now, Lester, the snap, once again looks to pass towards the sideline, fighting for it.
Picked off. Nope.
Incomplete.
Oh.
Towards the sideline, there was a small fight between 2 Blue Devils and 1 Bulldog.
They try to run a double move over here on the outside with Wingard. Okay, a nice little hitch and go. It's kind of lazy, though. He needs to get a little better at that. He tries to fit it in the cover 2 hole shot right there. So the hole shot, there's an area right there between the safety and the corner underneath. He tries to fit it in there. He almost does, but a great play by the corner right there to break that up.
Now, 1:16, 4th and 8.
Timeout East Knox.
And a timeout being taken.
I agree with this timeout right here, right? It's 4th and 9, okay? We have 1:16 left. You're dialing up your best player right now. And what I'm doing right now as a play caller right now is I'm putting Bryce and Davis, all right? And I'm putting Wingard on the same side. And I'm going to let them work their pass concepts that they want to work and maybe slip somebody underneath that you can get a completion to. So, and if I'm Danville's side right now, I'm definitely eyeing up Bryce and Davis. I'm not letting Bryce and Davis catch the ball. You know, whatever coverage you want to put in there. I might be bringing pressure, actually, on 4th and 9 to try to get the ball out of Lester's hands, so maybe blitz into it. But I'm not letting Bryce and Davis catch the football. He's been the impact player right now. He's made the plays tonight, so I'm definitely not letting him get the ball. And I'm bringing pressure. I'm bringing pressure in Lester's face. I'm going to make him have quick decision-making is the biggest thing, right? With a sophomore quarterback, they can get flustered. And if you bring pressure at their face, they're going to have to make a quick, decisive decision. And that's what I want to do if I'm Danville's defense right now.
And now, Lester, the snap, looks to pass.
Got him.
Hit as he throws, incomplete. It's a turnover on downs.
Caleb Lucas makes a play right there, man. Bringing pressure in his face. I like the call by Danville's defense coordinator.
And it would have been a huge first down, but instead Danville takes over with 1:12 left in the 4th quarter from the 36-yard line.
Yeah, so you're going to see it right here. They bring a blitz on the outside with Delaughder. Caleb Lucas actually goes through B gap, which as an end you usually go C gap. He goes through B gap because they bring the blitz off the outside. And I'll tell you what, I talked about Caleb Lucas earlier in the game, wrecking havoc, man, and that's what he's done right here. Stepped up, made a big play for this Danville defense. Now let's see if this Danville offense can get something going. Maybe go back to Stevens on the deep ball that they had earlier.
Now 3 wide receivers wide to his right, 1 to his left. Delaughder on his right hip. Weckesser, the snap, looks to pass.
Screen.
Pressure, a quick screen to Delaughder. Delaughder running out to the right. Brought down by 3 receivers, a minute left in running, a pickup of about 4.
Timeout, Danville. East Knox did a great job there.
Danville takes a timeout, their first.
Expecting the screen pass right there. If I'm Danville right now, okay, we haven't seen Bosart involved offensively like we did last game. And I think that they can get him involved here because, you know, all the attention is going to go Weckesser, Delaughder, right? Had Stevens open on the back end. I think they come back to Bosart here, who has shown in situations like these that he can come up big. Now on East Knox's back end, you have a minute left. Your biggest thing is to keep everything in front of you, right? You don't want to slip, let something go over the top for a touchdown. Keep everything in front and you know, be sure tacklers on that back end. So, again, Danville, I'm getting Bosart involved here. I like the ball in Weckesser's hands, making decisions like he has all night. He's made some great decisions and great throws, and why not get it to Bosart? You know, he's reliable, can make plays, can break some tackles, so that's what I expect here to get him involved.
Now 1:02 left in the 4th. 2nd and 5. Blue Devils with the short pass to Delaughder. The last play, this time 2 wide receivers on his left, 1 on his right. The snap, looks to pass, slips a bit, steps up in the pocket, sacked right at the line of scrimmage. And that's tough because he was looking to throw but slipped on that back step.
Yeah, so we had a comeback by, I'll tell you what, number 5 right here, the outside linebacker, does a good job jamming up the tight end to throw off timing. I really think Weckesser wanted to go to the tight end on the seam because he's been open. But number 5, what's his name? Derek Field. Derek Field did a great job there re-rallying the tight end to throw off timing because I think that's where he wanted to go to the seam. They had Bosart on the comeback, but East Knox pressure just gets there in time. East Knox here, you got to keep everything in front of you, okay? Keep everything in front of you.
3rd and 8, 23 seconds in running. Snaps over his head, but there's a flag on the play. A deep throw out of desperation. Bryson Davis under it with the interception. 15 seconds left on the clock.
What's the call? Illegal formation. Illegal formation. The play's going to stand. We got 14 seconds left. How about Bryce and Davis, man?
And just gets under it like an outfielder under a fly ball. Walker Weckeser.
Just not a smart move by the quarterback. You just take the sack there.
His 4th interception he's thrown this season. Brayson Davis.
You can't just throw it up for grabs in situations like that. Just dive on it. Live to see another down. Now you're giving East Knox the ball in decent field position with 14 seconds left. How many timeouts does East Knox have left? One?
One, yes.
Okay, so we talked about the timeout earlier, right? Would be nice to have 2 timeouts here with 14 seconds left. But you do have a timeout remaining. You're going to use that probably on the completion here.
Now 2 wide receivers, 1 on either side. Lester looks to pass, rolling out to his left, making his way towards the sideline. 9 seconds left. A pickup of a couple. But that prevents them from having to use that timeout.
What a ball game. What a ball game. Now, if you're in East Knox in this situation, you got to be smart too also, right? Because you don't want to throw a pick 6 at the same time. So you got to be smart on what you want to do here. You do have a timeout left. You can use the middle of the field if you want to. So you're not worried about getting out of bounds ideally right now. Just get enough so you can get a Hail Mary to the end zone. And in conditions like these, East Knox calls timeout right here. Okay, so now...
So it's 9 seconds left in the 4th quarter. East Knox takes their final timeout.
You never want to use a timeout when the clock's not running in these scenarios. That is tough because you like having that timeout because let's say you get a completion here for 15 yards to Danville's 30, 25-yard line, right? That means you have to run up to the ball and you have to clock it. You got to spike the ball, which takes time, right? And you're trying to get everybody there, everybody lined up. So it's nice to have that timeout in your back pocket if that happens. So you don't really want to call timeout when it's like that. As a play caller, you already know in your head starting this drive off. Okay, here's what we're going to, and different things like that. So it shouldn't be a confusing play calling wise in that scenario.
And we've seen East Knox pull off some big passes before. A quick handoff instead to Elliott with 5 seconds in running.
They're just
3 seconds.
Okay.
That will run it down. So the end of the 4th quarter.
So I see what they were doing there, right? They called timeout. They're like, you know what? We'll just run the ball and we're going to take this to overtime. And that's what they decided on, and here we are.
And we'll take a quick break. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience. An icon is returning to the heart of Apple Valley. The Pub, Kitchen, and Tap is back, and we do game day differently, offering a brand new patio, all new bar with a wide variety on tap, and plenty of big screen TVs to ensure you never miss the big play. Our menu has a diverse selection of both food and drink, so there will always be plenty for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you want to catch the big game or just enjoy a night out with the family, the Pub, Kitchen, and Tap has something for everyone.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Mazza's restaurant in Mount Vernon offers Italian classics perfected for generations. Featuring house specialties enjoyed since the family opened its doors in 1939. Headlined by the famous Mazza salad, along with all new flavors and convenient features, like our Neapolitan-style pizzas and easy online ordering for both pickup and delivery. Visit Mazzas.com for weekly specials and make Mazza's your choice for a dining experience over 70 years in the making.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Bryce, Coder, Payton, Vanderkooi with the OH report here at Municipal Stadium, all tied at 6 in the Devil Dog Bowl. Danville and East Knox in overtime now, 1st and 10. Danville with the ball. Weckesser, 2 wide receivers wide to his right. Weckesser takes it himself right up the middle. He sees room. He's getting wrapped up inside of the 10-yard line to pick up a first down and more.
What a play for Danville coming out right there to start off the overtime. They just run Q ISO here. Yep, just an ISO to the left. Delaughder makes a good block right there. Weckesser running hard. I expect them to go to the Maryland eye right here like they did earlier. Put Bosart back at quarterback, hand it to Weckesser there, and get a score here.
Ball on the 4. 1st and 4 for Danville.
What a play to start off. You know, you come over, you're Danville, you haven't lost a game all year, and you come out and say, hey, this is who we are, this is what we're going to do.
And so if they have the opportunity to score here, East Knox will have the opportunity to rebuttal. The snap, it's high. Weckesser able to hold on to it, running out towards the left side. But it's a touchdown all the way into the end zone. A pickup of 4 yards by Walker Weckesser. The Blue Devils leading this one 12-6 over the East Knox Bulldogs.
Wow, what a start here to this overtime. Danville comes over and says, you know what, we're tired of this. We're going to end this, all right? Now Danville's going to need to stop defensively here, but 2 plays, touchdown. And who else? Weckesser. Walker Weckesser with 2 strong runs there. Great blocking by the rest of the Danville squad. And like I said, you know, Weckesser earlier had the snap go through his hands. I expect him to come back, and he definitely did that this drive. Now they're going to go for 2. This is huge right here, right? If they don't get this, all East Knox would need is a touchdown and a PAT. So this is a huge stop here. Looks like they're in the Maryland eye. They're in the Maryland eye right here.
Once again, Bosart under center. Delaughder behind him with Weckesser. The snap. Takes it himself. He's running out towards the side pylon. He's going to get it. The 2-point conversion is good, 14-6.
So they run the naked boot here. So they've handed it, right, twice in this one to Walker Wrestler. They run the naked boot with Bosart here. And he just outruns the defender.
And now the Bulldogs not only have to respond with the touchdown, but as well a 2-point conversion. Even more drama on an even more drama-filled game.
What a drive by Danville right there to come out strong in overtime. And 3 plays just like that, they're up by 8. This shows the toughness of this squad right now, right? The game has been tough the entire game. Now, here we go. Defensively, you need to stop. If I'm East Knox, though, you got to rebound from that, right? You can't think about that touchdown that was just scored.
In the fate of not only this game, but also this conference on this possession, a quick throw from Lester finds Davis. Davis drilled as he catches it, but inside the 5.
Bryson Davis with a great catch. Great throw by Lester. He just waits right here. They run a backside slant right behind him. A little RPO action. Like I said, you got to do your job. If you're out of place, they'll throw the RPO right behind you, and that's what they did there. Bryson Davis having a heck of a game tonight.
And drilled as he throws. He knew what was on the line in that moment. Picks up 13 yards, so 1st and 7 now. The snap. Lester pitches it to Elliott. Elliott puts his head down, running across that line of scrimmage, picks up a couple, but will not be enough for the touchdown. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, so they just run toss here to the left. Danville does a great job. helping him cut back in because you never want to see Caleb Lucas right there, who's had a big game defensively. Makes Elliott cut back inside on the toss play. You never want to cut back in on toss, but Caleb Lucas does a great job of bringing that ball back inside. So here's the interesting thing, right? East Knox has not been in the red zone all night, and their successes came off spreading the ball out. Okay, so now this team has to find a hard-nosed way to get the ball in the end zone.
On the 3, second down, the snap. Lester looks to pass, rolls out. He's got pressure, trying to find a receiver. Looks to throw it out towards the back of the end zone. A one-handed grab for a touchdown. A one-handed grab.
Bryson Davis.
Davis.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you kidding me?
Bryson Davis with the one-handed grab. Lester puts it right on the money where his guy can only get it. And in this type of weather, a one-handed grab by Bryson Davis, my goodness. My goodness.
14-12. Blue Devils leading this one. Bulldogs with the chance to equalize right here.
Watch it right here. Lester wants to throw, escapes the pocket out right here. You kind of ends up making a play, just shot puts it. Caden Davis in the one-handed grab. I mean, that's just amazing. In the conditions like this, that with no gloves, a one-handed catch.
In the piece of mind to toe tap at the end of the end zone.
That's high-level stuff by Bryson Davis here. But now they need this 2-point conversion here.
All on the line, 2-point conversion. Lester with Elliott beside him. Hands it off to Elliott. Elliott!
Stuffed him!
Brought down!
Stuffed him!
It's short!
Oh, my goodness.
Danville wins this one 14-12 over the East Knox Bulldogs. It's an undefeated season for the Danville Blue Devils. Are you kidding me?
What a game. I'll tell you what, a one-handed catch like that for Danville's defense to step up and stop the 2-point play is amazing. They try to hand it to Elliott. They've stuffed Elliott all game. And Danville gets it done, man.
The first outright conference championship for the Danville Blue Devils. A perfect season, 10-0.
What a game by both squads, man. And Danville gets the job done. Just unbelievable, man. Hats off to both these teams tonight for this fight and this monsoon right here. Hats off to both teams, and I expect big playoff pushes from both of these teams. But, man, this Danville squad is tough. Facing adversity in the face, giving up a one-handed touchdown grab, and then they come out and get the stop on the 2-point conversion. Amazing.
Amazing. And again, Danville winning this one 14-12. Stay with us. We'll have an interview with our MVP, Walker Weckesser, and then we'll have analysis in the post-game show. Stay tuned for that shortly.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
Bryce, Coder, Payton, Vanderkooi with the Bottleneck Bar Grill post-game show here on the OH Report. We just witnessed the Danville Blue Devils move to a perfect 10-0 season as they took down the East Knox Bulldogs, winning this one 14-12 in overtime. So Payton, really close game, weather playing a huge factor in this one. What really gave the Danville that edge to win this one?
I think it's what it came down to was their athletes making plays, right? And we talk about Walker Wessler and how good he is, and to start off that overtime. I'd be interested to see what Danville's head coach had to say to the team right before overtime started, because they came out with a vengeance, man. And but again, give it to East Knox coming right back and scoring a touchdown. Just didn't get the 2-point conversion to convert, but what a game. That's all I can say is these two teams played their hearts out, man. And then, that's obviously what you want to see. I expected this to be a very, very good football game. And honestly, this is probably one of the best games of the year in the state of Ohio. Coming down two great teams in overtime, and, it coming down to 14-12 and a 2-point conversion. But hats off to both teams, and obviously Danville for, outright winning the conference and having an undefeated season.
And, we're taking a look at the post-game stats here. First downs 9 and 13, but really both sides having their own way of getting that yardage and getting themselves on the board. East Knox with 156 passing yards to Danville 66, but then on the other side of things, Danville 146 rushing yards to East Knox's 40. So a really different style of game.
So we talked about the keys of the victory in the game, right? I felt that East Knox needed to spread the ball out for them to have a chance to win. You saw Bryce Davis make some great plays tonight. I mean, the one-handed catch for the touchdown at the end of the game was unbelievable, but he made play after play. And how about Jackson Lester, man? The kid's a sophomore, but he has a lot of skill being a sophomore. Threw some very, very good footballs tonight. And like I said, that's what gave him a chance, ideally, those big plays. And then obviously you look at Danville, man, that's what they do is run the ball, right? Whether it's Weckeser, whether it's Delaughder, you can give it to Bosart here and there. And a lot of it was tough runs. I mean, we saw in the second half, especially Weckeser, had some tough runs in the second half where he was just dragging people left and right. And, ultimately, at the end of the game, you put it in the hands of your quarterback, and you end up getting the dub.
And you identified a concern with the Danville Blue Devils, the penalties, of course. We saw 140 penalty yards in the last game for them alone. Does that satisfy you there, the 4 penalties for 50 yards, or do you still think there's more work to do?
It does. You want to see improvements, right? And obviously last week there was 14 penalties for 140 yards. This week 4 for 50, but I think they had 3 of those penalties in the first half. So I think they came out in the second half. They got it fixed. Again, they were like personal foul face mask penalties. We didn't see any taunting penalties tonight like we saw last week or anything like that, which is a huge plus, right? Especially in a rivalry game. So they definitely kept their heads level on that aspect. But, yeah, this is a positive for this Danville squad to help clean up that penalty battle that they've been dealing with a little bit all year. And, look who it is right here. We got the man himself.
I'd shake your hand, but you're covered in mud. We're going to take a quick break. MVP interview with Walker Weckeser coming up next. High school football live and free on the OH Report.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience. An icon is returning to the heart of Apple Valley. The Pub, Kitchen, and Tap is back, and we do game day differently. Offering a brand new patio, all new bar with a wide variety on tap, and plenty of big screen TVs to ensure you never miss the big play. Our menu has a diverse selection of both food and drink, so there will always be plenty for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you want to catch the big game or just enjoy a night out with the family, The Pub Kitchen and Tap has something for everyone.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Mazza's restaurant in Mount Vernon offers Italian classics perfected for generations. Featuring house specialties enjoyed since the family opened its doors in 1939. Headlined by the famous Mazza salad, along with all new flavors and convenient features, like our Neapolitan-style pizzas and easy online ordering for both pickup and delivery. Visit Mazzas.com for weekly specials and make Mazza's your choice for a dining experience over 70 years in the making.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
Bryce Carter with the OH Report here with the Knox Public Health MVP player of the game, Walker Weckesser. Walker Weckesser, 66 passing yards, over 100 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns, not to mention the only 2 touchdowns of the game. Congratulations, Walker.
Thank you.
So, amazing season so far, very magical, 10-0 going into playoffs, able to pull off a win against the East Knox Bulldogs. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling tired, but feeling good. We needed this one. I needed this one as a senior, so I'm feeling on top of the world right now.
And such a close game. I mean, 6-6 when things ended. What was the message in overtime in that huddle? I mean, I'm sure you're all exhausted. It's cold outside. It's rainy. You're covered in mud. How do you find the motivation to keep going?
Just thinking back to all those days we worked in the off season, all the times we got up early and went to lifting. We powered through that, so we knew we could power through this.
And, trouble scoring early on in the first quarter, and then that late touchdown late in the first half. Obviously frustrating. What's the message in that locker room during halftime?
0-0 ball game coming out, and we just got to keep doing our thing, be as physical as we can, and play with heart.
All right, awesome. Anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, shout out my mom, dad, family, and girlfriend, Kiera.
All right, thank you very much. Walker Weckesser, our Knox Public Health MV player of the game, picking up the big win over East Knox. Congrats, Walker.
Thank you.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience. An icon is returning to the heart of Apple Valley. The Pub, Kitchen, and Tap is back, and we do game day differently, offering a brand new patio, all new bar with a wide variety on tap, and plenty of big screen TVs to ensure you never miss the big play. Our menu has a diverse selection of both food and drink, so there will always be plenty for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you want to catch the big game or just enjoy a night out with the family, the Pub, Kitchen, and Tap has something for everyone.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Mazza's restaurant in Mount Vernon offers Italian classics perfected for generations. Featuring house specialties enjoyed since the family opened its doors in 1939. Headlined by the famous Mazza salad, along with all new flavors and convenient features, like our Neapolitan-style pizzas and easy online ordering for both pickup and delivery. Visit Mazzas.com for weekly specials and make Mazza's your choice for a dining experience over 70 years in the making.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Bryce Coder with the OH Report, wrapping things up tonight. Danville picking up the big victory, 14-12 over the East Knox Bulldogs. Are going to move to 10-0 on the season. The Bulldogs moving to 6-4. The Danville Blue Devils now the outright conference champions for the first time in school history. Next week, both teams are going to go to the playoffs. Danville winning that home field advantage. East Knox still up in the air. Later tonight, we'll have Friday Night Pigskin, ideally around 11:30, but sometimes it peters on a few minutes after. On behalf of all of us, I'm Bryce Coder. I'd like to thank Adam Thompson, our director, Payton Vanderkooi on color commentary, Nick Coder, our resident stat expert in the booth, and Brandon Powell, our fantastic camera operator. Thank you to all of our sponsors for allowing us to be live and free, and thank you to our viewers. Thank you and good night.